the go live bit. And now I done pass my driving test. Am I live? Yep, video is loading. Right, okay. Welcome to my stream, everybody. Punk Bastardo, you're the one I say welcome to because you watch my streams. Nobody else watch. I watch my streams.
I watch your streams.
Yeah, I watched the one the other day about AI when I was playing the game about AI, and I thought what I said was quite good. I haven't done everything I can need to do about that, by the way. Oh, look, I can go all the way from Russia to Hungary. Yeah, that'll do that. Large tubes. It's not very profitable, though, so I think before I actually do any driving... By the way, everybody, yes, I have been drinking. I am definitely over the legal drink-drive limit. If I was breathalyzed right now, I would probably be going to court. So it's a good thing we're just doing a simulation. So let's buy a container. So not a curtain side, mind you. No. I'll get. I don't need to get it. No, let's just get a curtain side. Let's just get an insulated curtain size, right? So we'll customize the configuration. So the first thing we'll do is just a single trailer, insulated with the side door. There we go. That's fancy. And then we'll do 4 steerable wheels. And then I'm not going to have any daft endorsements or sponsorship. Oh, that looks a bit rubbish. What if I can change that? Got to change this bit. So that bit's red. How's yourself? I'm in the passenger seat. Is Donnie? Donnie's here. Hello.
Yo.
Hello, Donnie. That's the shit colour. I don't like it. And then that. No, that shit, I don't like it at all. So let's just do that. That'll do. Yeah, there we go. So we'll do that bit red. And then we'll do this bit yellow. Oh, that's the wrong shade of yellow. Can I get a more orangey yellow? There we go. And so that goes red and yellow. And then this one is white. I want it to be pink. Let's do it pink. It's very important to get the right paint job on your lorries. To let people know that you're there. You've got to be highly visible. So, if you're watching now, I may as well say the results. Today I did the theory test. And I've got to do the theory test before I can do the practical one. And so there was 3 modules in the theory test. The first section is the lorry theory thing. And lorry theory is... let's go with pink. That's a good colour. It's much like a car theory test, except the questions are a bit more pertinent to loading, unloading of lorries. So there you go. There's 100 questions. I got 96 correct, and I was joking with the guy running the place, and I just said, you know, I did this test 8 years ago for the car theory test, and I got 98 questions right on that one. And they've improved it since then, actually, because back then I said, all right, what 2 questions I got wrong? Oh, we're not allowed to tell you. So how am I supposed to know what I need to improve on? Well, you're supposed to just drive and figure out as you go along. Oh yeah, that's the point. I'm going to put wheel nuts on my thing to make it all the right colour. Let's go. But first of all, we've got to get this trailer done. I'm going to have an insulated trailer. And the reason I'm having an insulated trailer is just to carry general goods. Yeah, that's it. I want wheel nut indicators. So I'll have them in purple. I'm sure you can get purple wheel nut indicators. And if you can't, why not? I don't know. Wait a minute. What did I choose for that? I chose standard. No, let's go with endurance chrome. And make sure that one's endurance chrome as well. Shiny and metal and chrome. We'll get some pink and purple in it. So yeah, first test, 96 out of 100. Second test is driver CPC, certificate, easy for you to say. Certificate of Professional Competency, which I can't say, but I can do. I got 48 questions right out of 50, so that is also 96%. Was very pleased with that result. And then the final module was hazard perception, the one I was actually dreading. And then I realised with the hazard perception, it's like, Hobbit, you have been driving for 8 years now, and you've done 90,000 miles in that time. and you've driven a number of vehicles, some including trailers, which apparently you're not allowed to do prior to having this thing, but it was in France, so it don't count. So yeah, I, on the hazard perception module, which I was dreading, got 88% right, so I am very pleased with that. Now you can cue the applause and all those things. I've put a wind deflector on there. I'm not going to bother with any of those. I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to put that there. Right, there's my insulated curtain cider, and I'm going to confirm that. And I'm going to purchase it, and I'm going to have some... You know what, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of these. So I'm going to put one there. And I'm going to put another one there. Why not? Let's just have a whole bunch of these. I'll buy 5 trailers. That'll probably be enough. And then I'll put another one in Cambridge. Yeah, why not? 3 in Russia, and then 1 in England, and then 1 in France. There we go. And I can always redistribute these trailers later, but frankly, I've got so much money, I don't need to bother. So now I've got some in Pskov, as they call it. Hey, that's the point. I'm gonna at Phil. Where's Phil? I am live now in the land of grub and glory. VC.
You've got, capitalism, and then you've got communism, and there's no real problem with that.
That's fucking, you go the lid on, you get your facts. You get your liter of facts, 5% volume for £1.99, and it's late good. It is. Aye.
Hello.
Hello, Flossie. How does?
Hello.
We're just.
Well done on passing your test.
Thank you very much. Yes, I was very pleased with the result. I got to say, it was. Wasn't perfect. Could have got 100 out of 100, but got 96 out of 100. That's good enough, I think.
I think that's pretty good, to be fair.
That is good enough. Yeah. All right. So.
I'm pleased for you.
So to celebrate, I've been drinking. I'm way over the drunk drive limit, and now I'm going to be doing some Euro trucking. So let's get the trailer. I've just bought it, so it should be right new one. There it is. And there it is. It's in Pskov. So I'm going to. I want to use
Belarus.
Oh, Pskov is actually in Russia. Belarus.
Oh, okay.
It's not in this game actually. You've got Lithuania and Latvia. Belarus and Ukraine aren't included. I imagine in the heart of Russia they'll include that. So that's the one I want to use. So I've got to drive there. So, okay, let's go and drive there. So, world map. I'm in Pskov, which is known as in Russian. See, I can read Cyrillic. I know what I'm doing. And
sorry for my sound quality, by the way. I'm in my car. So.
That's all right. Yeah, thanks for joining in on the VC. We're gonna, in lieu of a Tuesday show, because I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Oh, hang on. My game volume's a bit loud, so let's just ramp that down for the benefit of people. I was listening to Hemi last night on the Monday. And, so he's going to be doing it like a 40 in words every other week, and then the other week he's going to do a JGLE. So JGLE is going to be once a fortnight.
It's going to be like staggered, I guess.
Which is, yeah, but it's fair enough because he's a big boy now, and he's got his big boy responsibilities, and part of that means that he gets to, he's got to manage his time between us and his new friends.
Yeah, Tammy doesn't love us anymore.
Yeah.
No, a lot of streams in a week, though. I mean,
and he's been doing a lot of streaming lately, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't keep track of it, to be honest. And the D-Live thing doesn't work well for me.
I haven't really haven't really been watching that many streams lately, just because I'm a bit burnt out, and it's just.
It's all right.
I'm actually busy. So,
There's no obligation for you to watch the streams. The streams are just there for entertainment value, and likewise, I've been keeping my head down, as you know. I've been studying, so I get to relax today. It's been good actually. You know, went to the shop. Yeah. So, look at that, 44 cents a litre for diesel. Yeah, I'm definitely going to refuel the tanks here, and I'll probably be doing some sort of intermission about halfway through this, because I've had a croissant and I've had a lot of beer, and that ain't enough. I need a bit more food than that. And I just bought a whole bunch of food as well. I filled up the freezer with meat. Bought, didn't buy any fruit. Did I buy any fruit and vegetables? No, I didn't buy any fruit and veg. I'm trying to go easy on the fruit and veg.
You on your meat diet?
I just, you know, I need to focus on what's important. So, I noticed the freezer was going empty, and I thought, why don't I just put like some gammon in there just to piss off everybody? I'll get some gammon and and the other thing, Lidl does this, and I absolutely love it. Minced beef with pork, so you get the best of both worlds. And when you make a burger with minced beef and pork, or a meatball, it's the best. It is the best.
Well, Lidl is the best. I mean, middle of Lidl is my all-time favourite.
Oh, yeah. There's always interesting things in there. Hang on. Press the following key to manage the... I don't want to manage the garage. I want to have a rest. I want to have a rest before I do my job. So, you know, I've been drinking all year, so it's... here's the interesting thing, right? So, I said to... the invigilators, you know, they had like a list of like rules and such. Oh, I can't rest. Apparently, I'm already well rested. One of the rules was you're not allowed to bring anything in there. You just sit down and you're in front of the computer terminal and you just click on the things. And I said, what? So I can't even bring a pen and paper? And they said, no. And you're not even allowed to take notes, or you're not allowed to record what's going on. I thought, oh, okay. Yeah. But I said, there were some questions about like the weight of a vehicle. Oh, I've got the wrong bloody trailer. That's what I need to change. And I like one example is like, say the curbside weight of your vehicle is 9,750 kilograms, and it's a 16-ton lorry. So, sorry, an 18-ton lorry, I should say. So 9,750 gram curbside minus 1850. Well, it's going to be a bit less than 9,000, but it's going to be more than 8,000. And I would need a pen and paper in order to figure that out. Not allowed to do it. Fortunately, there was a question about curbside weight, but it was really easy to calculate, so I didn't need a pen and paper. So I'm just going to swap my trailers.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really good. I got to say, the most interesting thing was hazard perception. If anybody who's watching this right now and you're curious to know what the hazard perception is, you type in DVLA or DVSA hazard perception clips, and you can watch them on YouTube, and there'll probably be someone talking about when the hazards are emerging, when the hazards are developing, when this is an actual hazard. And
you have to click on them, don't you? You have to click on the hazard.
And you're timed, so the sooner you notice the hazard, the better. But don't click too soon, or you'll get no points. So you got to click when they... And here's the thing, right? So, like, one example. Imagine you're going down a country road, and there's a motorcyclist in front of you, and there's a junction, so traffic's merging from the left, and there's a lay-by just after that junction. And in the sample clip, what will happen is a van will emerge from the lay-by, and it will cause the motorcyclist to put on the brakes sharply, and then that's a hazard. You've got to put on the brakes as well. Now, in the clip I saw there in the thing, now, I don't think I'm breaking any rules by saying this. That didn't happen. What happened instead was, you're driving along, and the motorcyclist is in front of you. It's the same road. And I was like, I've seen this clip. No, what happens is at the junction, there was this car lurched over the line. So I was like, all right, that's a developing hazard. And then as the motorcyclist approached the car lurched. The motorcyclist swerved to avoid it, stopped, gesticulated at the car driver. And then both of them drove on, you're behind them, and the motorcyclist pulls into the lay-by. It's like, that's clever, that is. So it's like, the revision clips, you can't just memorise what happens and then go to the test, but it's like, it's the same sort of hazard, but in a slightly different way, and I think that's why I did so well in the hazard perception, because, there we go. Oh. Okay, so there's one parcel I can do. I can do chicken meat from... I don't want to go to Sweden. The people of Sweden can starve, for all I'm concerned. So let's go... let's have a look at cargo market instead. So we got vaccines, can go all the way from St. Petersburg to France. Or I can go vaccines from France to... No, I don't... It's kind of interesting, though. These... Because... The recent vaccines, they all had to be transported refrigerated, and I read up about that. It was a bit interesting. So, do you guys know about room temperature or low temperature semiconductors? It's not semiconductors, sorry, superconductors, right? So a superconductor is, you got things which conduct electricity, and a superconductor conducts electricity, but there's absolutely no... resistance, and this is like it would be incredible because you could put an immense amount of power through something, and it won't burn, it won't give off any heat because it's superconducting, and that's like why superconducting is so important. So a lot of superconductors, like the best ones we got, you can sort of keep them cool with like carbon dioxide with minus 40 degrees. Oh, here we go. This one. So I carry diesel from Pskov to somewhere in Romania. So if you're looking at the... You know what? If I share this in the Discord, you guys can actually watch what I'm looking at. So let's just go in Discord, share the screen. And... Oh, I can't share the screen now because it won't let me. Oh, that's okay. I can share screen one, and you guys... I don't mind if I dox myself to you. You get to have a look at my desktop, and now when I do that... You get to look at that. Yeah, so anyway, graphene, which is... I'm not saying anything about the vaccines, but yeah, carbon-60. Did you know it's magnetic at room temperature, but when you freeze it, it's not magnetic? So is graphene a superconductor? Now, one of the things they're saying is that graphene is a contender for superconductivity, because... Yeah, I wish to dismiss my current trailer so I can pick up the fuel tanker.
Time to hit the road.
Oh, okay, I get voice things in my stuff now, so sorry audience, that's why there's another voice talking. Graphene, you could have electricity going through a carbon nanotube, and theoretically there's no resistance there because inside that carbon nanotube there's no atmosphere, there's no gas, it's just a vacuum.
Right.
It's a vacuum which is, because of the structure of the hexagonal graphene rolled up in a tube, it'll work. So I thought it was very interesting that these vaccines had to be stored at minus 80 degrees. And then people were saying that, it turns out graphene, when you make it like minus 80 degrees, it has different properties to at room temperature, and it's magnetic at room temperature. It's like, how can graphene oxide, I should say, not graphene itself. So graphene that's been oxidized. Hang on. How is graphene
I've never worked with those ones. I've worked with the yttrium, barium, copper oxide ones that are about
you've played with
boiling
superconductors.
point. Liquid nitrogens, that's 77 Kelvin to like 92 Kelvin.
All right,
what? Not the graphene ones.
So 77 Kelvin, that's what, minus 180 Celsius? Just a bit cold than that. All right, so that's pretty cold. But they were talking about minus 80 degrees, which is what, 200 Kelvin?
Go straight on.
I'm not too. I know like absolute zero zero Kelvin, and then like 0 degrees Celsius is what, 250 Kelvin, 256. That's pretty. But anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting that the graphene oxide is magnetic, because I'm like, but it's carbon. How can carbon be magnetized? And I don't know, but it can be, and I think that's just very interesting. So I'm not saying anything about anything. So Susan, and if your AI is listening, I'm not saying misleading medical information. I'm just saying I'm very interested in the physical properties of graphene and chemical derivatives of it, like graphene oxide. And I think it's a novel new substance. And I'd like to see how it can be applied to electronics, because I think superconducting carbon nanotubes could be very interesting for not just power delivery but consumer electronics. Because imagine you had like an amplifier with superconducting cables the size of a human hair. I don't know if that would make the sound good or not, but it's worth a try. So yeah.
Go straight on.
So anyway, we're doing the drive, and there was a horrible junction which I just negotiated there, which I've actually crashed at a few times before. So
going through Lithuania, cutting through Poland, Slovakia, I think Romania.
Yeah. Well, actually, if I look at the map, let's see what is the route that is laid out for me. So I've got to go all the way to here to pick up some diesel, and then I'm going to go somewhere in Romania. Oh, there we go, Galati. So I'm probably going to be going through Lithuania. I don't think Estonia. Yeah, Estonia must be here somewhere. It's on the coast. Riga, there's Estonia. I probably won't be going for anyway. I'm going to go through Lithuania and Latvia. This one's Poland. That one, I think, Debrecen, that must be Czech. Oh yeah, Budapest, that's Hungary. Pick up some Budweiser when I'm in the Czech Republic. I've been drinking some of that today, actually, as well as facts. You know Phil goes on about his facts.
Kestrel.
Yeah, Kestrel and facts. So I saw it in the shop and thought, oh yeah, I'll pick up a can of that. So I'll have a look.
What's it like?
It was quite pleasant. Oh yeah, speed limit 60. Let me just make sure I am doing the speed limit, because in Russia they'll machine gun you if you break the speed limit. So it was quite sweet and fairly bland. So it tasted like, I've seen like people where they've made a beer where they just get some malt extract and put some yeast with it, and that's it. That's their beer. Oh dear! I've actually crashed into the lamppost. Well, it's a good thing I'm doing this in the simulation and not for real, because I think the Russian.
That might have been stale.
Yeah, the Russian traffic police would have probably been like, how much have you had to drink? I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise it was a requirement for driving on Russian roads. Yeah, I've had enough, mate.
I think you can just pay them off anyway.
Oh, pretty much. I'd just be like, hey, look, I've got this consignment of vodka here. Do you want some?
Yeah.
Leave our country and do not crash again, otherwise we will arrest you. Yeah, sure. Well, you see, I remember somebody, he's an Australian, Max Egan, the Crow House. He's actually quite good. He's sort of like one of those David Icke adjacent type boomers.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he was doing like models for Chronicles of Riddick and the first Riddick film. So he was involved in the special effects on that. But he's a pretty like switched on sort of guy. And he was saying that he spent some time in the third world and he was living a long time in Peru. And he says, you understand with Peru, it's a third world country and corruption is rife there. But you realise that actually, no, the corruption that they've got it's honest corruption. Like, you go to the police, they arrest you, and it's like, all right, I'm a tourist. Come on, what's the tax going to be? $300? Okay, here you go. Right, leave me alone. And you see, that sort of corruption is like, it's honest, it's upfront, and it's there. And you're saying in some ways the corruption in third world countries is better than the corruption in our countries, because it's like you know who you're dealing with, and you can build up a personal relationship. Whereas like corruption in our countries, well, here's an example. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with right to repair, where if you buy something, you should be able to know how to repair it, or you should be able to take it to somebody who can repair it for you. Now, there's a chap in New York City called Lewis Rossman. He repairs a lot of Macintosh laptops, Apples, that's it. And he was talking about the corruption in New York City, specifically that he needs to pay for a license to do business there, and he says, well, I paid you last year, I paid you $360 or whatever it was, and I'm just going to reduce the in-game volume a bit more because it is a bit loud. So he says, I paid you the money, I'm not asking for any special favours, I just want you to actually read the emails, which in the 9 years of me emailing you, you've never done once. I want you to read the emails and, like, take my money, which I've already paid you, and give me my license, because otherwise I've got 3 weeks, and then I'm no longer legally allowed to do business in whoops, damaged the tractor and the trailer, never mind. And so...
The proprietary Apple is very annoying.
Oh, I know. But the thing was, the right to repair is a good thing, and I'm glad Lewis Rossman is doing it. And Steve Wozniak, who was the co-founder, who is the co-founder because he's still alive. Oh, hang on. Parking brake on, trailer coupled. He actually has sent a video to Lewis Rossman saying, look, I support right to repair. I know in the past the products which have done the best are ones with schematics to let people actually do the repairs, and yes, I support this initiative which you're going for. And yeah, President Biden has actually put into force the right to repair, which probably means let's just scrape this diesel trailer against the gate. I'm not doing very well, am I? I've not even started the journey and already we're doing damage. So let's just go this way a bit more, and then come out really, really wide. But anyway, yeah, so right to repair's happening, and then the very next day after Lewis Rossman did his video saying, like, because he even included like a 5-second clip of a phone conversation with the New York Commerce Authority, whatever it's called, and you're saying to the guys, like, basically you're saying, take my money and let me carry on doing business. And the response was, So Lewis says, I don't know if the guy was, I assume he was stoned off of his gourd, because yeah, it was really, and that was the thing, it's just like, ooh, okay, crash vehicle offence, yep, I was on the wrong side of the road there, but I can't really see where I'm going, it's a bit dark.
Ready to turn left.
Oh dear, oh dear. This is going to be a fun stream. I hope everybody's enjoying it. And I saw Randbot, crashed into a caravan. It don't matter. They're only Russian. But yeah, Randbot did a like on the video, so he knows that I'm doing this now, and don't know if he's watching or not, but. You know, to the 3 people watching right now, hello. One of
10
them.
10 people.
10 people. Oh, okay, it's gone up quite a bit then. Yeah. So hello, welcome to my drink driving thing. I've done past my theory test. I just to recount the numbers: 96% on the first test, 96% on the second test, 80% on the hazard perception. which I think if I was to sit it now, I'd probably fail. Let's face it. I have drunk too much to be doing this, but...
An 88 in chat for Hobbit.
Yeah. Put an 88 for my hazard perception test. And there will be an intermission because, look, I'm going to show the chat right now. If I bring up the heads-up display, see that? It got 2,400 kilometres to go. So when it's 1,200 kilometres to go, I'm going to stop and I'm going to get some food in me, because a little bit of croissant is not enough to soak up the booze. So yeah, welcome. It's Tuesday. It's 7:15.
Get ready to turn left.
There's no JDLE today, so if you're watching this wondering where JDLE is, it's going to be on Thursday, and it's going to alternate. There's going to be one episode of JDLE, and then the next week it's going to be one episode of... Oh, hang on. I missed my turning. Oh, this is going to be an interesting 2,400 kilometres. And when it's daytime, I will show you that, yes, I have got my... I've got my mods working again, so I've got my cosmetic additions to my lorry. Oh boy, I am drunk, guys. So.
Sorry for the house of being quiet there. I was just doing some washing up.
That's quite.
Making something to eat myself.
I've boiled up some potatoes, so I'm gonna have them cold, and I'm gonna have some sausage, some mayonnaise, and I've got some salad and some cucumber. I might even go into the garden to pick up a sprig of parsley. No, I have got parsley in the garden, but I've also got some mint.
Go straight on.
So I'm gonna get some mint as well. I do like salad with mint. Yeah.
Fresh mint.
Yeah.
Good. I've got mint in the garden.
I've got my mint. Actually, I've got peppermint in the garden. I've also got in a bucket. I've got some Moroccan sweet mint.
Yeah, I've got peppermint. I've got apple mint. I've got.
Oh, I've not heard of that
spear
one.
mint. Yeah, you can get apple mint. You can get there's all types of mint. I only knew this when I went to garden centre and they had like all these different mints, and I was like, gosh.
The one I was
you
really surprised by is I met a hippie at Roll Right Stones. That narrows it down to everybody that goes there. And when he was there, this was the summer solstice in 2016, and I was actually flying back from Malta during summer solstice, and I was like, it's summer solstice. I'm going to get a Roll Right Stone. So I got there right towards the end, and I was talking with the guy, and somehow the subject of mint came about. And he said, "Yeah, like you do, you know. Oh yeah, I was in Malta. Oh, you know, just do you want some mint?" So he gives me like some mint sprigs, and he says, "This isn't any type of mint. This is a hybrid, and it's called chocolate mint." And I was like, "What is that?" He says, "Well, rub those leaves." And I was like, "It smells like chocolate." And so I bit one of the leaves and I chewed it, and it's like, it tastes like chocolate mint. How can that be? And unfortunately, because it was only cuttings and I didn't have any root compound, I wasn't able to get the mint to grow. But guys in the chat, you know, look up chocolate mint, and it's a thing. You can get it, and I've tasted it, and it's pretty good stuff. So they're all all these drivers complaining I have my main beams on, so turn those off then. There we go. So, you know what? I just wanted to get rid of my sun visor. Never mind, I'll have to cope with it for this journey. Now, recently, Euro Truck Simulator, when they released the Spain addition to the map, Spain and Portugal, I should say, they did a major update to how the lighting in the game works, and now it's a lot more realistic.
Yeah,
and
it's really dark.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty good because, like, retro reflectors on speed signs, they I mean, I can see that if I put the main beams on, that really sort of glows in the dark. And it says, get ready to turn left. No, it must be get ready to turn right.
Right.
Turn right, he said. Oh yeah, this is where you got the machine gun checkpoint, so I've got to be on best behaviour and try not to breathe too much booze into the border check guard's face. Yeah.
Been watching any of the PPP stuff of it?
Oh, funny enough, somebody goes by the name of Comrade Pond on the Twitters, who's friends with Randbot, says that there was a stream with PPP and Gator where for about 5 hours Gator was bullying PPP, and then at the end of it deletes
Really?
his, yeah, and then just at the end of it he deletes his stream just to, and then this new term they've been using is felted, and I was like, what?
Felted,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've heard them say that.
Yeah, and it's like felted, like, and they've been using images like felt art, you know, like little things and stuff. So just inch forward. There we go. Right, start a border check. Right, engine off, because the border check takes some time. And so yeah, they've been using felted, and I don't know where it came from, and frankly, I'm
No.
Comes from gambling.
What, where you touch the felt and... Oh, I don't know, and I don't care. Frankly,
No,
I think it's getting... I lost a lot of respect for... I watched... I lost respect for a guy that showed his anus to the world. No, that's not why I lost respect for him. I lost respect for PPP for not doing a guff on Silver Surfer's head, or whatever his boyfriend's called. Because, like, he was making swastika snickerdoodles with Andy Warski.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a full hour-long stream, and I'm watching it, I'm just like, this is fucking painful. And, like, Andy Warski's just there, and he's like, trying to mix the ingredients together in the cold, and Andy's like, let me turn the hob on, let me turn the hob on, let me turn the hob on. And Surfer's like, no, guy, you can't do it, because if you do, ruin the recipe, man, you can't turn it on. And, like, Andy's like, alright, it's back's turn it on. No, guy, can't. And he's, like, physically holding on to the controls of the gas hob so he can't turn on the heat. And then, at the end of it, like, so, a snickerdoodle swastika, by the way, doesn't have any chocolate in it. There's no peanuts. It's just it's a cinnamon biscuit, what is in the shape of a crooked cross, and
I've
that
heard of snickerdoodle cookies before.
yeah.
They're
So,
pretty good.
so you do that, but your cookie cutter is in a certain meme shape, and
Yeah.
and it's very funny because LOL, I'd done some swastikas, but just like watching Surfer like roll up the dough, cut some shapes out, roll up the dough again. I'm just like it's like watching a retarded sloth doing cooking, and it's just like I literally know like dying like dying people what are really old that could bake faster than you. And it's like, I get it, you're drunken on drugs, but guy, even when I've been drunken on drugs, I've been able to cook. I mean, I've watched Trailer Park Boys. I've learnt that when you're drunk and you're horny and your ex-wife stroke girlfriend is also horny, not to fry some chips in a saucepan and burn down your dad's trailer. I've learnt that. I have learnt that. That's a thing you don't do. But I have learnt there are other things you can cook when you're drunk. Like, for example, Capstan, who's not here, but he's been around to my place a couple of times. And last time he was over with my friend N. And we just know him as N. And
Okay.
we're in the pub, and we were drunk, and we walked back home. And it's a really nice pub, by the way, and I got kicked out of it the other day because I refused to wear a mask.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, and I was just like, out of principle, so I'm going to get the yellow daffodil to show I'm a conscientious objector. So say fuck
I
you.
thought you said was for Marie Curie.
Oh well, you
That
know,
was American.
I know you got to wear some sort of yellow flower to say, look, I'm not acquiescing to your unreasonable demands. Which and it's the thing.
I've got flower lanyard, I must admit.
And the thing is, this pub, it's not a franchise, it's a family-owned pub, so I was like, you know what? Not going to argue with it, and I respect your right to refuse me service. Thank you very much, I will go away. And that's what I did.
I hope you go out of business.
I did actually wish that, but, you know, it's a shame, because, anyway, nice pub. Really had a good time there before in the past, and in the winter, when they get the fires going, it's lovely. It's like, it is what you want in the country pub. The only way it could be better is if there was sawdust on the floor, dogs all around, and the smell of pipe tobacco, but we can't have everything now. So anyway, we get back home, and we go past, the kebab shop is closed, the curry house is closed, everything's closed, and there's like, oh, we're really hungry. It's like, oh, don't worry, look, when we get home, I'll cook something. So we get home, we're in my study, and I get the fire going, I get some coal on it, so these people are going slower than 80, so I've got, oh shit, they're going a lot, so I'm going to have to push on the brake, that's why. Fuck's sake, cunt. Anyway, so I get the fire going, I get it going really hot, I put the stove on it, and I think I used half a block of lard, which is probably more than what you need to, but at the same time I was like, look, I'm really drunk, I don't want to be, like, picking up bits of bacon and doing a lot of washing, so I'm just going to put loads of lard into it, and I did the bacon, it was delicious, everyone enjoyed the bacon, and then I said, right, are you still hungry? Yeah, so am I. So, in the bacon grease and the lard, I fried some bread, and we were stuffed that night. No, it was like the feeding of the 5,000, except instead of bread and fishes, it was lard and fried bread and beer, more beer and cider. So I think that was a good thing, that was. And oh look, that car driver got so fed up with it, he decided, like, I'm overtaking you guys, because look, it's 80 kilometers an hour and I'm doing 50. What the fuck, man? What's going on? You're going off. And that, alright, okay, that's good. So I can basically just, like, drive on now. So I've done 110 kilometers, 120 now. There's only another 2,280 to go. That's good, isn't it? So this is probably going to be 2 hours, if not a bit longer, because, like I said, there's going to be an intermission. I'm going to have my break. I'm going to have some sausages and salad and potatoes, and it's going to be great. And if you guys don't want to talk, well, I'm just going to put some of my music on in the background, because the YouTube bot can't copyright strike me for playing my own music.
No, it cannot.
No, it can't. I got to make some more music so that I can, like, go, hey, here's the song, but that, like, requires effort. And I was thinking about, like, playing, like, with the synth the other day. I was just like, come on, I really like the organ, so let's just start off with a sine wave and keep twiddling knobs until I get a really cool sound from it. But we shall see. Hey, look at that. It's now daytime and it stopped raining. Great. So, let's get it down to 50. Oh no, put the brake on.
Please mind the speed.
It's the train. It's a train. Okay, here we go. Let's inch it forward. Inch it forward. There we go. Excuse me. Yeah, so if anybody's wondering, no JD Lee tonight. Emmy's having a rest after all of his streaming marathon.
Please mind the speed.
And
There's been a hell of a lot of streams. Like I genuinely can't keep up.
yeah, there was a hell of a lot of streams, and there wasn't any fucker on my streams. So I'm just like, well, I can't be asked anymore. What's the point? I mean, I know there was, like, I've actually, like, my mate rang me up and he says, why haven't you been streaming? I watch your streams. I'm like, oh, I can't be asked. And there's other people that send me DMs as well. I was like, You know, when you got streams, I might not always say anything, but I'm there watching them, and when you're going to do a stream. So it's like, well, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's a stream. I done passed my test. I is drunk and I am driving, and and you know what? For the past 120, I don't know, nearly 200 kilometers. That's more than 100 miles. I have not had one incident. I've not crashed into any caravans or touched any poles, so I'd say that's pretty good, you know. We make a couple of mistakes here and there, but on the whole, put it this way: if I was like drunk, but like I wasn't safe where I was, and it's like I have got to evacuate this place. And I could get into my car and I can drive away, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to take the risk. Because it's either that, or I'm going to, like, you know, I'm in immediate danger of my life. And if I get pulled over by police, they'll be like, yeah, you got me. I was in danger of my life, and I had to flee. Here's the keys. And it literally just be like, but, you know, like, what's the point to this? I'm not endorsing drink driving, goodness no, but I'm saying that if a gun was pointed to my head and someone said, here's the car keys, you're going to drive now, I was like, but I'll lose my driving license. If you don't drive now, I will shoot you and you'll be dead, and you won't ever get your driving... Yeah, you won't get your driving license back because the dead don't drive. I'd be like, well, I'm not going to look forward to being pulled over the place for drink driving, but at the same time, I think I could actually, like, survive the drink driving. I'm gonna...
Acceptable to dying.
I am pretty confident right now. If I was driving, I mean, yes, a couple of bollards would probably get run over, and I might scrape against a couple of cars, but I don't actually. I don't think I would be that much of a danger. Oh, this is getting really dangerous. Into like, hey, don't do this at home, or if you're drunk, don't get behind the wheels. I'm not telling you to get
drive.
Exit right.
But I'm saying if you're in a life and death situation, and there's literally a gunman who's like, your life will be ended if you do not take these car keys, turn the ignition.
I demand that you drink and drive.
Yeah, if there's literally like someone's like threatening to kill you and saying you are going to drink and drive now, then that is acceptable. Otherwise, it is not acceptable to drink and drive. And I think I'd done that corner a bit too quick. I could feel the tanker wanting to start rolling over. But that's okay. We've done it, and we're on the way now. So I've made.
But did you watch any of the Euro Cup? As I've been told, it's very popular.
I didn't watch any of it. I thought it was going to make my blood pressure rise, and you know what? My suspicion was vindicated. I have seen some memes and some photographs of the Italy versus Nagubu final. And, do a bong rip for me.
Yep.
And, got to say, that would have been infuriating watching that. And I said it last night. I said, look, I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed. I've noticed this pattern since Portugal 2006, the World Cup 2006. There was the semi-finals, the quarter-finals, Portugal versus England, and Portugal playing absolute fucking scumbags, and the ref turning a blind eye to the blatant red card violations. And then I think it was World Cup 2010, or maybe it was 2014. No, it was maybe 2018 or something. Well, anyway, I don't remember one. But it was basically a game of...
A lot of people taking dives.
It was a game of England versus Germany, and like England scored a goal, and the ref said, I didn't see it, so it don't count. It's like, you're kidding, right?
What?
Half of the world, at least 2 billion people, saw that goal go in. You know what? I'm willing to say stop the game and just like go to anybody in the audience and say, oh, have you got it on your phone? Can I just watch the instant replay? Oh, yeah, you're right. That goal did go in. But yeah, because the referee didn't see the goal go in, he said, I didn't allow it. And then Germany scored like 2 goals where the goal went in and then like it bounced out and then they kicked the ball in again. The ref said, yeah, I saw both of those go in. I'm going to count that as 2 separate goals. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me, right? That, and it's like, it's blatant corruption. And the thing is, like, in all other sports, they have goal line technology and they have video referees. And FIFA says, in response to England losing against Germany, oh, we're not going to have goal line technology because we want the game at the very top of the sport to be the same as exactly the same. And I remember there was this one bald comedian with a beard saying that, well, if you want it to be exactly the same as the top of the bottom, get rid of the goalposts, replace them with 2 jerseys, and instead of a match being 90 minutes, make it however long it is until the guy that owns the ball has got to go in for tea because his mum says so. because you know, I mean, like, it's fucking bollocks. It's so corrupt. It is so. I mean, you might as well just say that the head of the FIA is Don King, because that's how much the games are rigged. Really, they just it's a fucking travesty, and I recommend anybody, if you're going to watch the World Cup next year, first of all, don't. Because Qatar are scumbags, and that was all built on slavery. And unlike some people, I don't approve of slavery. So, you know, first of all, don't do it. But if you are going to watch it, watch one of the other teams. Watch Iceland, because they've got a good white team. Watch South Korea, they're the team I like. Watch Uruguay, they're no good team. Just watch how they're treating the game compared to watch how England are treated. And try and be objective about this. And just notice that England gets the really shitty end of the stick, because I think last World Cup, Belgium did quite well. And then the last game was against Spain, was it? I think it was Belgium versus Spain in the finals.
I honestly have no idea.
Well, I remember watching it because I was like, hey, well done, Belgium, you've done really well. And then last game, I was embarrassed, frankly, because I'm just like, they were playing like absolute scumbags. They were doing sliding tackles everywhere, and it was abysmal. I pulled over so I could have a rest, but it's saying, oh, hang on. Let's just do camera check. Oh, yeah, I can go underneath. There we go. That policeman was getting a bit concerned with my driving. he said, no, it's okay, I'll let him go. But, that says no entry. Okay, I've just come in that way, but right, I'm going to do this again because I'm going to come in the other way because fuck you. That's why. I'm gonna come in like what should be the exit and try and figure it, because that says I can park there for a rest. So I'm going to come out onto the left-hand side. And I'm going to swing it right in, just gently. Yep, no entry sign, very good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my lorry in here, like so. And yeah, there we go. Press the following key to rest. So, have a rest. But yeah,
So do people bet on this? Because I'm guessing that like it's so big that people must bet on it.
People
But
do
it's
that.
like,
Yeah.
in American football, you have like a 7 to 10 point spread, whereas with your football, it's like, you know, it could be 1 point, 2 points. Like, how do they do that? Just 1 point or one goal?
You can actually well, if you go to a betting shop, they'll say what the odds are for like a no score draw. But if it's the finals, you get penalty shootout, so it's not. But like no score draw, 3-2, 1-0, whatever the final score is going to be. And the interesting thing last night, I know he gets a lot of stick from our lot, but Grief, who is a talented musician and does some interesting stuff, he was doing a very interesting sound collage, sort of half music and half like samples of sports commentary. And the title he gave his stream, which he's since deleted, and I wonder why, and I can't get hold of him because he's not responding to his messages. Maybe he's having a blobby strop, I don't know. But
what is it about?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
I wanted to go
a lot of
visit.
that going around.
I wanted to go and visit him, you see, and like do a collage, but also I kind of fancied a holiday, and like he lives in a nice touristy part of the country, not far from the coast.
Oh,
So
nice.
ulterior motives is like, yeah, I want to jam, but like also I want to come over and bring a bunch of weed, and we can smonk some weed, and then I want to go to the beach and just go, yeah, beach. But anyway, last night he was doing a stream and it was called 3-2, and I believe the final result was 3-2 for Italy.
You know what? I couldn't even tell you. All I could see was people spurging out that Italians aren't white.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I just the fact
I'm
that
just like whatever.
I'm not 100% saying that the score was 3-2. Maybe someone in the chat who watched the game or knows the results call me, but he called his stream 3-2, and I believe on Twitter people were saying that the final score was 3-2. So, Grief, how did you know, and did you put a flutter on at Ladbrokes? Because
Or Betfred.
or Betfair, yeah, and gambleaware.co.uk. Yeah. So here I am with my consignment of diesel from Russia to Romania. We've got Flossie and we've got Donnie in the chat. No JDLE tonight. Hemi's having a well-earned rest after going on glow-in-the-dark talk. Oh, sorry. I
What's
said...
the matter, Hobbit? You don't want to talk to the police with me? It's only a 500+ Telegram group where we talk to the police. What's the matter with you, Hobbit?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really want to talk about my theories on race to the police. I don't think they would be sympathetic.
No, like the only thing I've done is that I did stick up for myself against Top Cat because he was going at me as usual. So I just.
What, is he still around?
Yeah,
No,
he's whippy dick now.
Yeah, he's whippy dick. Because I said I said, well, you know, from what I believe, you've got a cock like a little walnut whip, and he spurged the fuck out, and now he's just called whippy dick. Now he's just whippy dick.
I have the image of a walnut whip in my head, and that is an unpleasant image. Thank you. Flossie, and thank you DOA for this. Look,
he wasn't happy.
I'm not saying I'm surprised considering the allegations I've made about his rampant steroid abuse. I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed. And I don't even know why I'm disappointed that he's got a small winky, but it is disappointing.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, that was just, obviously I've never seen it, so, but I just called him that because, I mean, he was going around saying, well, we all know what he's been saying. I'm not going to keep repeating it.
It doesn't bear repetition.
Trying to humiliate me, and I'm just like, well, you've got no cock. Yeah. You've got no cock. You've got a little walnut whip penis, and he spurred the fuck out, and he's like, oh, she's calling me whippy dick. Ah. So yeah, he's just been doing the usual. None of these people online are your friends. You're sad and alone. And
well, no one's your real friend, Top Cat, because we were friends with you, and then you spat in our face, so we told you to fuck off.
Yeah.
Well,
now he's trying to say that basically all you lot are sorry for the noise. I'm just cooking. Yeah, everybody's none of these anonymous cowards.
Anonymous sabotage.
About you, Flossie.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm not an anonymous coward. Also, don't dare say my name. Why are you doxing me? Yeah, that's okay. Are you anonymous or are you not anonymous? Because you literally have a no white guilt profile. So, you claim that everyone's doxing you, but there's no evidence of this. Like, I don't know where he lives, and I don't care. I really couldn't care less. I'm not going to go and knock on his door.
I'm sure Greater Manchester Police know his current residence and location.
That's fine. I don't know. I don't want to know.
I think considering his behaviour, I think it's quite a good thing that he's known to the police because.
Yes. Because because.
I mean, what if someone just looked at the Zeke Hall stream, sent an anonymous tip into the Great Manchester Police and said, "Look, I don't know who this chap is, but I think he's in your jurisdiction. Do you want to look at this and go further?" And just imagine if someone did an anonymous tip that.
Yeah.
Someone may or may not have that footage.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, that's the thing. He's broadcast it to the internet, and once you broadcast it,
forever.
Just because you've deleted it from your personal account doesn't mean that other people have deleted their local copies, mate. It's there to bite you on the bum, unfortunately.
I'm sure Ambrosine Shitrit would be very interested to see you Sieg-heiling and saying that you want to kill all the, who...
It says a lot about agency, it's like, you get some people, it's like, they don't think men's are weight, other people don't think women are people, and, this guy...
Yeah, women aren't people. Also, my favourite, sorry to interrupt you, Johnny, all drama is started by women, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm in a server, full of men who manage to create drama all by themselves. And it's just it's hilarious to me. Women, get rid of women. All they do is cause drama. And
I'm not saying this is 100% true, but I've often noticed the allegations of women are shit stirrers and they cause drama tends to be instigated by homosexual men. I'm not saying that's always the case. So sometimes there's homosexual men which don't act like catty bitches, but it's rare.
Hey, what's up, punks and shit?
Yeah.
Hey, Punk. Yeah, Punk's been getting a really hard time lately as well.
Yeah.
Hang on.
He's been a real asshole to Punk.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any of the chat because I'm seeing top chat. I'm going to click on the other. Look at that. There's loads of people. Dimitri's in there. Alphabet Cat Punch, John Kelly, John McNara.
Hey, Punish John Kelly.
I see free Bumbleclap, Coonface, Wagwan brother, and Punk Bastardo.
Wagwan.
And
yeah, Punk's taken a lot of shit this weekend, so shout out to Punk.
I saw a little bit of that, and you have my sympathies, brother. Funny enough, I was talking with a coon today. I was in Oxford, just passed my test, and then I went to my one of my regular haunts for some roast lamb, and there was a black there. And so the roast lamb vendor said, you had a good day? And I said, oh yeah, very good. I've just passed my test in lorry driving, and talked about it. And then the coon was there, and he said, oh, you're lorry driving? Oh, and he's saying stuff, and he's being congratulated. And it's like, oh, those big lorries, that must be hard. What's the maximum weight you can do? And I said, well, if I was driving, hang on. If it's a rigid body, which is what I've got the entitlement for, and 5 axles, I can drive a maximum of 40 tons. If I was to get the Category E entitlement, I could have 6 axles, and that'd be 44 tons. And anything over that is STGO, which is, I think any lorry driver can do it, but put it this way, they'd only put you behind the wheel of one of those heavy outsized loads if you got loads of experience and know what you're doing.
The wide loads, though, you need a chauffeur to go down the motorway.
Yeah. You got to give 2 days notice to the police, and I was saying I did get curious. The largest load ever transported in the UK was from Didcot, which is in the south of Oxfordshire, to Bristol Avonmouth, which is Bristol Somerset? Oh, I think it's Somerset.
Bristol's southwest to me. Everything, they all merge into one.
There be Southern Fairies. That's what it says on your map.
Exactly. That's all it says.
Yeah, that's it. It's like on my map,
south.
anything north of Derby, it's like here be dragons.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I've been to Derby before. I mean, that's the middle of England, pretty much. So,
Yeah.
would that count as
I've never been
Midlands?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, if it's the middle of England, that's got to be Midlands.
Yeah, I'd say that was Midlands. Like, I mean, Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Coventry,
Oh yeah, that's
Derby.
definitely.
They're all
Straight
Midlands.
on.
Oh, Dudley, that's definitely the Midlands,
Goodbye.
that is. Oh, Dudley, that's West Midlands.
Mind the speed.
Not to be
Yeah,
confused with East Midlands, that's where the Hemis from. Oh, you know, East Midlands, oh.
So, yeah, it's like, well, it's like black country, isn't it?
Oh, it's the
From-
black country. It's not called that because of the coons.
Country.
It's black because of all the coal dust from the Industrial Revolution. Oh,
Yeah.
the island for Dudley.
But Birmingham is just like, I mean, I'd be so interested to see the results of the census. Let's put it that way.
Yes. I've spoken with a few people from Birmingham before, and they're actually, once they go over the fact that you're taking the piss out of them, they're quite an amenable bunch. So it is what
They're
it is.
not
What,
bad.
I was in the pub one of these days and doing my usual thing of talking more loudly than what I should. And I said, "Oh, you want to know the most miserable place on earth? You want to know, like, like every creature's got an arsehole, and so God saw fit to give England an arsehole. Well, that arsehole's Birmingham." And he just, like, from the outside was like, "Oi, what you talking about Birmingham from there?" It's like, "Oh, hello. Where do you live then?" "Oh, well, I don't live in Birmingham anymore. I live in Kidlington." It's like,
Yeah,
all right.
why is that then?
"Why did you move out of Birmingham?" "Because it's a shithole." He started laughing. I was like, "Oh, go on, mate. I'll buy you half a pint for that." And it was pretty good. I forget his name now, but just the fact was, it's just like, he was willing for me to talk shit about where he was, and he understood that
Yeah.
there's no hard feelings, and it's like, you're right, but I just don't like hearing an outsider talking shit about where I'm from. And it's like, I understand that. I mean, it's like, for example, I know England's a bit of a shithole, but it's when these bloody...
in some places.
Yeah.
But we do have some nice places.
But it's like you go online and you see all these memes like, the British, they got terrible teeth, the British can't cook, blah, blah, blah. And just like, fuck you, mate.
Yeah, don't-
That language you're using, that's English. You're welcome.
Yeah, stop speaking it if you hate us that much.
Oh, you know what?
Learn it, have your own language.
Is it true that fellas that drive the petrol wagons are an absolute mint? I heard they get £500 plus a day. I can't tell you because I don't know. The better person to ask that is not on now. And I know he's got an ADR certificate. You need transport of dangerous materials. It's called Arrondissement de Matériaux Dangereux sur la route, and that's for some reason all the like things like CMR is Consignment de Matériaux sur la routière. It's all in French. Like, isn't it? Like, I'm trying to find out, it's like, what does cabotage mean? Because, like, cabotage, ça c'est un nom français. It's like, yeah, cabotage is when you're doing something, like, you're agreeing to transport cargo for reward in a country that you're not registered in, but it's done on an infrequent basis. Like, say, you got... Like, you're a removal firm and you've got a curtain sider. So someone who's moving house, they live in England, they're going to go to France or Spain or wherever. So you're carrying all their furniture over the countries. And then on the way back, it's like, well, you've got an empty curtain cider and you could agree to, like, I'll pick up some straw bales or I'll pick up some wine or something, and I'm gonna take it from, like, France to Belgium, and then when I'm in Belgium, I might come back with an empty load, or I might come back with, like, some packing material. Whenever you see it, that's called cabotage. It's like you're not doing it, like, regularly, and if you do, it comes under different things, but. For whatever reason, in the 1950s, there was like an international congress, and they all met in France, and this is probably due to, like, when they were founding the EU, but they weren't calling it the EU, and saying, like, right, we need a set of rules that we're all going to agree on, and how lorry drivers going to work on the continent. and the UK, well, you're signing up to the European Economic Community in the 60s, but basically we were signatories in the 1950s. Yeah, blow it out your arse, mate. Look, if you didn't want me to speed, you shouldn't have had the roadworks there. And, yeah, I'm going to overtake this guy as well. I'm probably going to get another speeding or wrong way offence. Let's see. But this is fine. No crashes, no injuries. So I think this is pretty good drunk driving. I'll say. I'm
Successful drunk driving.
yeah. I'm pretty. I mean, I've had like I've had 4 pints today, which I think is enough.
I'm gonna have a G&T
Oh yeah.
to celebrate your passing.
Yeah. Good shout. Good shout. Have one for me.
It's sunny outside. It's nice.
It is, isn't it?
You're flashing. Yeah, it's a nice day today, so I feel like it's a G&T.
Yeah, it was nice. I celebrated, like, first thing I did when I got out of the thing, it's like, right, I'm going to the pub now. So I walked to the pub, and I had a Perry when I was there. Very expensive, £6, but I was like, oh, you know, I felt...
Oh, Perry.
Yeah. It wasn't a Baby Sham, it was a Samuel Smith's Perry. Then got back home, and that's when I've had my other 3 pints. But I just thought, well, you know, I'm driving, so one pint of Perry will be, you know, that's all right. I'm not gonna be drink driving on that much. And yeah, it was, like I said, it was very nice. And came back, had my facts, had some Budweiser, and I think I might have another Budweiser with my intermission break. So far, I've done 700 kilometers, another 1,700 to go. So, yep, this is, I'm really looking forward to just another 500 kilometers, and we're going to have a little intermission. I'll put some of my music on, which you guys won't hear unless you listen back to the stream. And, what? Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna
Wien Stefaner beat us one of the Trappist Weizenbach ales. Pretty good.
Oh, you know, I just found out there's a town not far from where I live, and they got a Belgian food and Belgian beer shop. So
Nice.
next time my mum says, "Oh, do you fancy going to this nice town that we know?" I'll say, "Yeah, I'll show you where the shop is," and I might pick up a couple of Trappist ales to say. I saw that. I was in the supermarket and I saw Hoegaarden there, and I was like, "Oh, £2.50 for a big bottle of Hoegaarden," and I was tempted. I was really tempted to buy it because I thought, "Oh, go on, I've passed my test. I deserve a reward today." And I thought, "Yeah, but you got Budweiser at home, and look, proper Budweiser, by the way, the Czechoslovakian one, not the American one, American derivative."
The American one's not real beer.
No,
It's cat piss. Like 4% cat piss.
But
My dad said it's not real beer.
well, no, the other thing, it's not. He's right. What they do is they do a sort of a malt liquor syrup,
Go straight
and then it's diluted with carbonated water.
Carbonated water, yep.
And it's like,
What the hell?
yeah, so it's not even like brewed in like a traditional. I mean, I suppose what they're doing there is they're brewing it extra strong, and then
Please mind the speed.
you could argue that IPA is not a real beer because IPA is brewed double strong, and then it was shipped over to India when it was diluted with local water, and
Caution.
but
Please mind the speed.
I'd say if you get a beer and then you're watering it down, that's still real beer because people have shandy, and
Yeah.
a shandy is still beer. But if you're getting like some sort of Frankenstein's monster malt liquor extract
Please mind the speed.
with carbonated water, I'm just like, and you know,
No, thank you.
I think that's kind of like the McDonald's way approach to like food science. Like, you know, the thing about McDonald's is no matter where you're in the world, if you have a burger from McDonald's, it all tastes the same. And the one place, there's McDonald's in India where you can't get burgers, but they do like pakora and things like that. With the
Well, it's like when I went to Egypt. They don't serve pork, so you couldn't get
could you get like
bacon
mutton bacon or turkey bacon?
I think you could get turkey bacon, but you couldn't get yeah, because obviously they wouldn't. It's Egypt, Muslim country. They won't serve pork.
Which is a shame
So you
because
can
they
get-
have got Coptic Christians over there, so
Yeah,
I guess it's
they-
just dominant Muslim faith.
Yeah, basically. I
Mm.
mean, I suppose like.
But yeah, as
I
you're
don't
saying,
know. I
but
don't
like,
know.
the burgers still taste like a McDonald's. But that's the thing. People say even in India, the pakoras there with the special sauce, it tastes like McDonald's, and that's the thing. Their food, they use perfumes on it, and it's a trade secret. There's like a company which develops these, and it's like, well, we've identified the signature McDonald's taste as this, and therefore we put this perfume, and it goes on pretty much all of their food. It's just sprayed on everything. These, and that way it doesn't matter what you're getting. It just always tastes like you know what you're getting, and they say it's for consistency's sake, like. Oh well, people will always taste the same, that regardless of what time of the year it is, and they're saying that's also important for beers, Carling is the most popular beer in the UK. It's the one we brew the most, but Carling, Carling is the most mass-produced, popularly sold and consumed beer in the UK, and. Have you ever drunk it? It's bland, it's weak as piss, well,
I honestly,
yeah.
I hate beer. I really don't like it.
Well, it's not
No, I'm a girly drinker.
it's not a girls' drink, let's face it. But I tell you what you would like. Over in Belgium, the girls do like fruity beers, and they do them lambic. So
I've tried those in Poland. I've tried those.
Yeah.
The fruity beers. But I didn't like them either. It's just that I can still taste
the beer.
the beer, and it's just like. Ugh. I remember when I was younger at parties, like there was always way more beer than any other drinks, and I try and make myself like it.
Yeah.
I just like try and force myself to drink it, and I just like no, I just don't like beer. I just don't like it.
That's quite all right.
So,
It's the hops and stuff. People don't like that, and the barley as well, and
yeah.
But
I don't like whiskey either. I hate whiskey.
No, I can understand that. I mean, that's barley as well, isn't it? Do you like barley? Have you ever had like barley bread or because if you go
I
to
do like barley actually. Like I make a pearl barley risotto. Like so I use.
very nice.
I would use pearl barley instead of the arborio rice.
Yeah.
And it actually makes it a bit healthier.
Really? What?
Yeah, because it's just it's less carbs. It's more.
Oh,
more protein.
I did not know that. I honestly didn't. Well, the thing is, I went to the Polski Sklep, and I think I might pay them a visit sometime during the week to get some doctor sausage, or maybe when I pass my practical, I'll go there and see. Hey, you got any caviar? I know you're not Russian, but you got any caviar? And see what they say, and yeah, I look forward to some. Yeah, and the thing is, they got like the soup shelf, as I call it, where they got all like the little noodles, and they got the barley groats, and I was like, oh, that'd be good for thickening up the sauces, and so I did that. I made a stew or a casserole or something. Yeah, that was it. It was a chicken and leek casserole, and I think I used cider as the sauce, and I was like, it's good, but it's a bit watery, so I just I put a handful of barley groats in it, and it thickened it right up. I couldn't be asked to make dumplings. Next time I do a stew, I really should make some dumplings.
I love dumplings.
Yeah, you got to use beef suet though. I know other people say you can use butter or lard or anything, but no, beef suet is. Yeah.
If you go to the Sklep, dumplings are pierogi. So
Oh yeah.
pierogi is
Yeah.
dumplings.
Oh, and then what about jam roly poly? That's with beef suet as well. No, there's a thing. When like people are slagging off British cuisine, they don't understand the glory of a jam roly poly. It's not a Swiss roll. It's not. A jam roly poly is. Imagine you're making a dumpling. So you got flour and you got suet, but now you're gonna roll it out like a sheet of pastry, and you're gonna intersperse it with jam, and then you bake it. And You make sure there's plenty of jam so it doesn't get dry, and you bake it in the oven, and it's gorgeous. Oh my god. I mean, it's probably about as fattening as lardy cake, and considering it's suet and not lard, it might even be unhealthier. But it is so good. I'll tell you, I feel like you ever get this feeling like when you have a meal and there's loads of fat in it and you just feel really tired, like if you had like turkey with cheese and bacon and you just like,
Oh yeah, you get the meat sweats afterwards.
the meat sweats, that's it. You eat jam roly-poly and you just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have a nap now. Oh, I just feel it's like heroin for kids, you know. Just give them some jam roly-poly and watch them fall asleep. It's good stuff.
I've been getting addicted to these Belgian waffles. They're just like they're about a pound each. You just put them in a toaster for about a minute, and it's like, oh jeez, this thing is great.
Now,
You're going to turn it into a waffle, Danny.
now,
Oh yeah.
when you're talking about le gaufre, or waffle as the Flemish call them, are you talking about Liège gaufre, Bruxelles gaufre, or Flamand gaufre?
Mind the speed.
And do you know what the differences are?
No, I don't.
Alright, okay. So, the Brussels waffle is the crispy one, it's not sweet, and traditionally what the Belgians use it as a breakfast thing. They'll put whipped cream and fruit on it. And it's pretty crispy, and it's also known as the toaster waffle. The Liège waffle is my favourite one, and that is a mixture of, it's a beer batter, so eggs, beer batter, and they do this, and I can't find pearl sugar in the UK. Well, they're probably...
These are the pearl sugar ones, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got a Liège waffle then. And they do the pearl sugar with it, and then when they fry it in the waffle iron, that the pearl sugar starts to melt and caramelize, so it's like, yeah, oh yeah, it's good stuff. And you got the Flemish waffle, or the stroopwafel, as they call it, which is these thin waffles, and they put a layer of caramel between them.
Oh, I've seen those.
And those ones, I tell you what, the Dutch, or I should say the Flemish, they're not known for much, but the stroopwafel is actually pretty good. I gotta admit, that's like, if someone said to me, hop it, you're drunk, do you want the stroopwafel? I'd be like, oh, go on then.
Well, you can buy them. You can get them in Lidl, and they
yeah.
put over coffee, and you can put it over a cup of coffee so it warms it up.
And you can do the same with a gaufre de Liège. You stick your nice fluffy Liège waffle on top of your tea, your coffee, or your hot chocolate, and you let the steam percolate for it to make it all moist and warm. And then it's even better. I do like a moist waffle when it's fresh from the waffle iron and it's sort of moist and gooey. Oh, I'm hungry for waffles now. But I'm gonna I'm gonna have sausage and boiled potato and salad. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. And we got another 381 kilometers to go before I have my intermission. So guys, I'll have some music on, and Donnie and Flossie, you could be in the chat or wherever. I'll be
Have you
eating.
tried fried spaghetti, Hobbit? Fried spaghetti in olive oil? It's really good.
That sounds wrong. However, have you ever had Paki Crunch? It's also known as Bombay Mix.
Oh god, no! I don't like Bombay Mix.
Oh, okay, right. So one of the chief ingredients in Paki Crunch, or also known as Bombay Mix, is they have. It's whey, yes, and it's armpit sweat. That's what gives it the authentic spice. They make these gram flour noodles, which they then fry in oil. And those noodles, they usually use. No, this is what gives it the armpit sweat. They use a spice called asphotidia, which means like stinking resin, and it does smell like BO and leeks, but when you use a small amount of it, it's delicious. And so I love it. I really do. Anyway,
Go straight on.
these noodles, they're done with gram flour, asafoetida, and probably a bunch of other Indian spices. But that's the main one. If you haven't got your arse sweat, leek, BO spice, then don't bother. But what you're saying, Donnie, sounds a lot like that, but with less flavour. So I would probably want some garlic and salt on what you just said.
Oh yeah, you give it a little bit of garlic, olive oil, obviously, and some either like onion salt or regular salt.
Oh, have you seen celery salt?
Gravy, you know.
Yeah, that sounds.
Marinara sauce. Yeah.
I tell you, the other thing I watched today, ENA got me into this channel called Rate My Takeaway, and this big fat bastard from Leeds, he goes around all these takeaway shops where viewers have recommended he goes. And there's somewhere, I think it's in Wakefield, it's a Sicilian takeaway place. And so they do the usual pizzas and calzones and what have you, but they had some like interesting, unique Sicilian things. Like they had the Sicilian. It's not a donut. It's not a pastry. It's a sort of a tubular thing with whipped cream inside, and like sometimes they do vanilla custard, but they don't call it custard.
Cannoli. Yeah, cannoli.
Cannoli, that's it.
Go straight on.
Yeah, and they're gorgeous. I had a couple, because there's lots of Sicilians in Malta, so I had a couple of cannolis when I was there, I can tell you that. But yeah, there was this, and he says, "Oh, that looks like a Scotch egg. I think I'll have one of them." And then Lee says, "It's not a Scotch egg. It's risotto rice, and we've done a rice ball, and then we fry it and bread it, and like it's got stuff in it. And they even did like a fried bolognese ball. So it's like risotto rice. I can't. Flossie knows.
Arborio rice.
That's the one. So arborio rice, bolognese sauce." And it's all breaded up and then it's fried. And actually, you know what? I think I'd actually quite like a bolognese Scotch egg. Like, it doesn't even have to have egg in it. It's just like, if I bit into a Scotch egg and it was like, there's minced beef and the interior is like a marinara sauce or whatever that is, I would be quite happy. Yep. So
you gotta try one of them s'more cannolis. It's what is it? Marshmallows and some chocolate on it. It's amazing.
do you know? And I might sound like a philistine for this.
Turn right.
I am not hot on marshmallows. I mean, people say, "Oh, yeah, you put marshmallows in a hot chocolate. You can have toasted marshmallows. You can eat marshmallows as they are." And I don't really like them. I don't know if it's the cornstarch they put on them, or if it's that they just taste a bit like flour, or they just. There's not really.
Sorry. No, sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, right. I was going to say, now, what are similar to marshmallows, but more dense with more flavour, is Turkish Delight. And that, I like Turkish Delight, or Cypriot Delight, as it's also known. I love Cypriot Delight.
Cretan Delight.
Oh, the other one. And this is actually similar to marshmallows, and it is delicious. So if you like marshmallows, you'll enjoy this, right? One of those Levantine flavours you don't really see anywhere apart from in the Med is mastic. And it's like, what on earth is mastic? Well, it literally means it's chewy. And it tastes not minty, not like... it tastes a bit like ouzo or sambuca, actually, mastic. But anyway, they do these, like, mastic Turkish Delight with, like, flaked almonds or pistachios on them. Oh, they're my favourite. Even better than rose water. It's gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Alphabet Cat says they're chewing their weird texture. I believe there's even, like, mastic toothpaste, because traditionally mastic was used as, like, a tooth thing for tooth health. But yeah, mastic gum, it was before chewing gum, there was mastic gum, and you can get mastic Turkish... Oh, I am hungry.
Yeah, I always get hungry when I talk to you two about food. Now I'm thinking about carpaccio with some pesto sauce and...
Yeah, I mean, I'd like that with a vinaigrette, but if you're thinking of carpaccio, you should try... There's probably a few places in America that do it. Of course, you want a good supply of fresh ground beef to do it. Filet américain. So you're familiar with steak tartare?
Yep.
About 9 kilometers to go. I think I'm going to use this period here where
Marshmallows normally have gelatin in them, but I found I've got these vegan marshmallows and they're delicious.
Get ready to turn.
oh
left.
yeah, gelatin is a no.
Which is haram.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is haram. I managed to get hold of some genuine pork gelatin the other day because I wanted to make like a. Well, you crashed into me, mate. You saw I was turning right, and I stopped for you. So you know what? That's not my fault. That's your fault. That's a you problem. Fuck you.
All right, Ben Shapiro.
Okay. Let's find a new route.
So we're going to stop here whilst the very nice guy says, okay, let's find a new route. So just... Right, so I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to take up the rest of these spaces with my trailer. And I'm going to stop the engine. No. Put the parking brake on. And let's have a rest. A pork pie, is that what you wanted to make, Hobbit, with the gelatin? Actually, no. Although, the thing is, if you're making a pork pie, there's probably sufficient gelatin in the pork itself to do it. Yeah, that's part of it. No, what I want to make is called a terrine de jambon, which is, I suppose, the French equivalent of it. You boil up some ham, and then you pull it, so it's all like pulled pork, I suppose. And then you chop up some parsley, you put that in with it, and then you set it in the gelatin, and then you cut slices of it. And I've had it once when I was in France, and it was served with me with a beautiful salad where the tomatoes would... Like, here's the thing. You get tomatoes in the supermarket, and they're firm, and they're alright, but, you know, they're firm. And you're like... When you've actually had, like, fresh tomatoes, like, grown in a place with sunshine, like France or Spain, and they're soft, and when you bite into them, they're sweet, and it's like you can actually taste it's a fruit. And we had a salad made with that and a lovely vinaigrette. It's like, that's how tomatoes should be. And it's why I don't really like tomatoes in this country, because you just can't get tomatoes like that unless you've got, like, a hot house and you grow them yourself. But anyway, it's now... I don't know how many kilometers to go. It's close to the half-time limit. I'm really going to go and eat something, so I will be... Right, continental terrine's best with pig feet. Yeah, I've never had pig feet. I mean, I imagine that's a pretty chewy bit of the animal. But, like, if ham is just like pork leg, I assume. So, let's get some music. So, sounds what I've done. Let's see, my music, no, organ recital, or the NTS first play. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with that. Right. Be right back.
Okie dokie.
Food break.
Food break. Is it still streaming?
Let me see.
Nope.
It says it is.
But there's music.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay. It'll just hear me eating.
I'll put a waffle in the toaster. Hey, what's up, Bjarki?
He's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hey, Bjarki.
Tomatoes, decadent Amazonian luxury. I'll make a waffle. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
When does it get to the good bit?
Good track of it.
Thanks. For those who are wondering, this is either called, well, I've got 3 names for it. NTS1 first playthrough, no commentary. Harkonnen helicopter through NTS1 reverb, or January 20th NTS first play. So it's literally the first time, excuse me, that I played with it. Oh, Alphabet Cat said EastEnders, yeah. There was probably... That was it, just when I learnt to do the EastEnders theme.
Do a version of Postman Pat, that would be funny.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. I'd have to learn how to play it, though. You just remind me, there's another contemporary of Postman Pat called Big Bertha, about this magical factory machine which can produce anything. So I might have a go at making that theme tune.
Do the Mr. Bean theme, that'd be funny.
Don't know how that one goes, I'll have to have a listen to it. So I think it's got a choir in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just like a choir intro. It's really, really short.
Yeah.
Or we do it with an organ, yeah, just like.
Oh, I do like organ music.
Reminds me of early Hawkwind. Just to listen to a lot of that.
Oh yeah. There's a band's name who sounds like they do music I'd like, but don't think I know any songs by them.
Oh, you probably, yeah. Lemmy was in Hawkwind before he started Motorhead.
Oh, okay.
Michael Moorcock also was in the band.
Really?
Probably heard of him. Yeah.
I thought he was just a writer.
No, he did. They used to do music. I think it was an Elric of Melnibone albums. They did like some concept albums about Elric.
Cool.
So they've done a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah.
I'll have to have a listen to that then.
Let me try to find the tune because the main guy in that band quit and did his own thing.
Well,
It was pretty good.
I only know Moorcock because, like, so much of Moorcock's work ended up as Chaos in Warhammer 40k. Because, of course, Games Workshop is brilliant. It's like, steal everybody else's intellectual property and then rigorously defend your intellectual property.
Yeah, Captain Lockheed and the Starfighters. That's one of them. Kind of like a Monty Python-esque album. It's pretty good. Put that in Hobbit's Hole.
Cool, I'll have a listen to that. So,
I'm trying to look for the good synth one. I can't think of the name of the album now. Shit.
I quite like the Incredible String Orchestra. I've listened to a few things they've done. I thought that was quite good. Right, so I'm continuing as I've started. Got another Budweiser on the go. Excuse me.
Hell yeah.
Let's get back in the saddle. I'll keep the song running. Oh, I'm full. Yeah. Oh, that's like I wonder how I
Yeah,
did.
Ned Ludd song. Nice.
How did I do those noises? Because that bit sounded like 10 seconds ago. Remind me a lot of Lost Planet.
It's like space rock. It's like late 70s, early 80s space rock.
I'd love to, if I had the chance, get involved with some like band like Electric Wizard, because that legalized. Oh yeah, here we go. So now we got the light. We can see the mod packs working. There's Darth Vader on the bank. My call box and a German Shepherd. So hang on, which way am I going? I need to go this way, don't I? Yep. Right, so there we go. There we go. Oh, and of course you're getting delayed, aren't you? Because you're watching it on the YouTube stream.
Yeah, I just saw the German Shepherd.
Yep. Right, so another 1448 kilometers to go. 1448.
Keep right.
Oh, mean numbers. Right.
Turn right.
If I'm right, I think this is the one where I managed to figure out a pretty good sequence. Da 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 da. There we go. Right. Get rid of all
Ready
extraneous.
to turn left. Turn left.
Come on, you almost got it there, Hobbit. So, if you guys want to hear this song without any interruption, it is on a previous upload. Look at music, what I've done. And look for January the 20th. That's probably when I've uploaded it. And I don't know what it's called. It's either called Harkonnen Helicopter for NTS1 Reverb, January the 20th Recital, or there was a third title as well. NTS1 first playthrough, no commentary. That's right, because I did another song where it wasn't a song, it was like me unplugging the synth so I could speak into the microphone saying like how much fun I was having with my new toy. Let's have another beer. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
That red car was trying to overtake me just as I was swerving into the middle of the road.
Go straight on.
Right, so just a nice, and this will be the first... Oh. Oh, there's a strange pause in the music there. I think I understand why that... Oh yeah, that was right, because I had it plugged into something and then, like, after 15 minutes it turned off and then it didn't... it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So yeah, during the Steam summer sales, there was a discount on one of the map packs for Euro Truck in the Baltic, not Baltic, Black Sea, whatever. It includes Romania and Bulgaria and Turkey as well. So,
Wonder if they have South Africa in the map pack.
I think that's out of the scope of Euro Truck Simulator. However, they will be doing Heart of Russia. So I assume that goes past the Caucasus Mountains.
Oh yeah, that'll be from Moscow to Vladivostok. That ought to be good.
Well, even if it's like from Moskva up until Lake Baklay. I mean, Lake Baklay, that's like their Great Lake. It's... You know, they haven't got a Lake Michigan, but Lake Baklay is a pretty picturesque place, so, you know, that'd be pretty cool. But I would love one where I could actually, like, go from Moscow to Novosibirsk. That's their... But yeah, Moscow to Vladivostok, I mean, wow, that's huge. And yep, here we see the new lighting engine and the volumetric fog, or whatever it's called. It looks like realistic fog to me. And I would say my visibility is less than 100 meters, but I've got no button for fog lights, and the game doesn't punish you for that either. So yeah. There's that sequence I figured out. That da 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 da. I'll tell you now, audience. I probably did in the commentary, but the NTS1 doesn't have a keyboard. It's got a note strip, and you can play it by tapping and swiping with your finger. Or in my case, I was using like an interdental stick with nice rubber on it, and I was just tapping and swiping with that. But you can also plug, it's got MIDI in, so if you want to plug an external keyboard into it, you can do that as well.
This does have like better graphics, I noticed.
Probably the other thing which helps as well is that I recently got a new graphics card, so I'm running everything on maximum settings and a little bit of super sampling as well. So, like the screen I've got is a 1080p, and that's also what the YouTube audience are seeing as 1080p. But internally, the game's rendering at like 125 or 150% that resolution, but then it's scaling it down. And I was looking into it. It's like, so what's the difference between that and anti-aliasing, which was like a previous thing they did in technology, where you get jagged lines and then you diver them so that they're not jagged. And he came out onto my side of the road, bastard. You'll see that in the 10 seconds. Anyway, yeah. What's the difference between like anti-aliasing? Because both super sampling and anti-aliasing try and solve the same problem of get rid of jagged lines. Super sampling is kind of like the dumber approach to it, but then it's also the newer approach, and it's like, oh yeah, that bit's really good. This is the bit where my brain managed to like coordinate like playing two synths at the same time, and I get really happy listening to it. You know what?
Yeah, it reminds me of the Dune one you did. I remember that one.
I'll just turn the volume up so everyone can appreciate just how good it is. Let's turn it down a bit, there we go. Yeah, if you want to do a glissando, the NTS one is for you, because glissando on that little touchpad, really easy to do.
You could have like a synth off with what's his name? The guy who can't play a synth. Woes. That'd be pretty funny.
Well, I mean, there's Look Mum No Computer who inspired me to do it, and there's Grief as well, who says that when I come over I can do a jam with him, but I'm not sure. I think he might have me blocked on Telegram. Or he might have deleted... No, if he deleted his account, it would say deleted account, so... Maybe he just hasn't logged into Telegram for a long time, I don't know. The only way I've got to stay in touch with him now is YouTube, but he doesn't respond to me, so maybe... But, like, he doesn't block me from his YouTube comments, so... Oh, I don't know. Not that Grief watches these things, but I would like to do a collaboration with him at some time in the future. When he's feeling up to it.
I think he took some of the some people, because like I guess he did a funny video called Temple of No, and like, I never got to see it, but I wanted to.
Huh.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. I'm still playing the music, and it's gotten to the good bit where I managed to coordinate, like, one hand playing one synth and the other hand playing the other one. It's like, oh, I'm playing two musical instruments at the same time. I'm Billy Big Bollocks, I am. And I was absolutely chuffed to bits with this bit. It's like, all I'm doing with the NTS1, it's this tiny little thing. It's like 2 credit cards put together, and it doesn't have a keyboard. It's got a notepad, excuse me, which you can just tap on it. And if you want to do a glissando, very easy to do a glissando on it. So that's, if you're listening to this and you're in that that's the glissando on the NTS1, whilst my other hand is busy playing like the main melody. I don't know, I mean both of these things are melody, so left hand melody versus right hand melody. I noticed, what's his name, Kaber, who used to do 14 Learns with us. He's got a YouTube channel on. I'm not sure if he wants me to promote it or not. But, I mean, like, anyway. And he was talking about psychology of bass, treble and melody, bass, treble and middle. And you're saying, oh, with rock and roll, it became more important with the bass line and with the percussion of the drums. And you're saying that, like, the left hand plays the bass, and, like, you've got drum. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing it too much. Oh, I'll just say it. Look, the channel's called Got Ancient Wisdom, as in you have obtained wisdom what is very old. Got Ancient Wisdom. And that's my mate Kaber. I call him my mate, even though he'll have nothing to do with Hemi because he's a toxic masculinities. And alright, that's the song, so the song's over. But he's never actually had a bad word to say about me that I know of, and he's willing to talk with me, so yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That's it. Just got ancient wisdom, and he's got a little thing which I thought was quite interesting about the philosophy of bass lines and melodies. Oh, and that was it. Like, he said, the bass line speaks to the self, as in myself, as opposed to the cardinal direction, and the melodies speak to the ego, because they're played on the right hand. I thought, it's an interesting and it's true with the piano. I mean, it's not true of, like, the stringed instruments, where all the chords are being done with the left hand, and then the playing is with the right hand, but we'll ignore that. I thought he had some interesting things to say, and then he was saying about, like, the minor keys are diminished versions of the major keys, and if you listen to, like, Jewish or blues music, there's lots of minor keys in it. It's like, yeah, okay, true, because they are miserable a lot, but I like using minor keys in I mean, I don't even know when I'm playing a minor key. I just know, like, oh yeah, that sounds like proper moody, just like my soul, and then I just go on with it. I wish I knew more about music theory, then I could say, yeah, but there's this, here we go, here's a song, what is cheerful, but it's not. Stevie Wonder, I Just Called to Say I Love You. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Oh,
Da, da, da. And it starts off in a minor. I'm pretty sure. Da, 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 da. That's a minor key, right? That's got to be minor, because that's not a. I mean, how would you do I Just Called to Say I Love You in a major key? Da 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 da. No. How would you do it? No, it's a bit more than that. But you know
I
what?
should know this, but
You know what I mean. But that intro melody, that is a minor scale or a minor key, or it's not a cheerful sound, even though the rest of the song. Da, 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 da,
yeah, it's a
da,
bit
da.
melancholic.
Shay, I've got 2 inches.
Yeah.
I just called to say I love you. I love you, babes. I just called to say I care. Fucking don't you say my name. Like, I just called to say fucking spitting, hitting the floor.
Oh God.
I mean, even though I don't want to talk about him, he still amuses me with being just such a spastic.
He's amusing because he's a spastic, but he is also a vile human being who
He is, but
just utter disgust for.
Here we go. Whilst I'm on the thing of, I think I can overtake this guy, but I'm doing the same speed. No, I'm actually slightly faster than he is. There's a podcast I listen to called The Hate Bus, and I like it because they're actually genuinely quite funny guys, and the sort of one of the regular bits they have on it is goth metal maniac news, and I found out, like, I just got curious, and I typed in his name, goth metal maniac, into YouTube. It's like, yeah, he's actually on YouTube, and he's this fat retard, and he just talks like absolute bollocks, and like, guys, you can look him up right now, but I suggest you don't, because you will not find it entertaining. Like, Tommy, he listens to like all of Goth Metal Maniac's shit talk, and he edits it down to the salient parts, and so he is a spastic. He's not like okay, I shouldn't have done this, but I just did. Yeah, and the lorry just crashed into the back of my tanker, but it wasn't a big crash, it's okay. Don't do that. If you're waiting to get out of a junction somewhere, don't like cut in lane. Just accept that you're not going to get that junction. Just carry on to the next one. But anyway, and the reason I mention all this stuff is because we've got our own version of Goth Metal Maniac, who's not as entertaining and he's not as fat, but he's just as much of a retard. So yeah.
It's funny, like, the music he likes is so, it's like 70s boomer tunes and like Rocky, so it's like, dude, like
Gary Lightfoot, what was it, Gordon Lightfoot?
The popular thing everyone now is doing is they're like, okay, well, let's look at, you know, we're gonna like do, you've seen the meme of like, you know, people rate albums like S, A, B, C, D, so they'll be like, okay, what's the best 2 Megadeth albums, the best Metallica, whatever. People are doing that now. That's kind of interesting, just to see what people think.
Well, in his defence, he does listen to a bit of more what I call stuff what millennials knew and grew up with, like Crowded House. And everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you. It is a good song. And then, so like, his taste in music's not shit. I'm not going to fault him for that. I mean, the other day I was talking about Spaced and Neighbourhood because I did that song. You know, the song which is no longer on my channel because of a hate speech violation.
Oh my God.
Who lives in a house like this? And but yeah, Spaced with Neighbourhood was a pretty good song. Come on, look, you're hesitating too much. I'm just going to go for it. A fucking stupid car. Fuck you, mate. I'm going. This is my road. I'm taking it. But yeah, he just, I mean, let's say I, like on my 20th birthday party where I drank far too much and was sick in the gutter, and I was staggering blind home drunk, and that walk home is, even at my slow pace, about 10 minutes. It took me the better part of an hour to stagger back home. And, oh, you know, actually, there was this really lovely girl I used to work with at the time. She came out for a ciggy break, and she actually went to the front of the shop, and she's like, "You alright, Hobbit?" It's like, "Yeah." You look a bit drunk. It's like, "I'm very drunk." "You having fun?" It's like, "Yeah, it's my 20th birthday." "Oh, happy birthday." And I said to her, "It's like, oh, could I have a ciggy?" And so she just gave me the one she was smoking, and I had a couple of puffs on it. It's like, I actually feel better now. I'm not sure what it is, like, when you've just been, like, well, anyway, so I was really drunk, and it was quite embarrassing that time, and, because, like, oh boy. But the thing is, like, if say my friends...
Hobbit, you were drinking, but that doesn't sound middle class.
Yeah, and if my friends had said, "Hey, Hobbit, I think you've had enough to drink," and like, let's say I'd done something really embarrassing, like I'd gone to the bus stop and I was pissing up against it, and I was like jumping up and down with my torch like waving in the air, and they'd be like, "Come on, Hobbit, put it away. You don't want to get it done for indecent exposure." I'd be like, "Oh, fuck you," but then and then like the next day I'd be like, "Oh, guys, thank you so much for like telling me to put my tackle away." I'm embarrassed about that, but it's good to know I can count on you. I won't be like, "Oh, fuck you, you fucking cunt. I hate a lot of you. You're not my friends." What you looking at my willy for? Well, we hadn't much choice. You're waving up and down whilst you're running back and forth across the street holding up traffic. You know, you just be like, look at me, I'm drunk, I am. Oh yeah, it's good beer. Oh yeah. We are going to the town of Dibblidibdibdibdin. Yeah, I'm good at Slavic, I am. Just got to get enough surgical spirit in your body and you can talk just like they do. Wat namen bitte? Namen und Vornamen? Gligud. Ja.
What country are you in?
Oh, there's...
Deutschland.
I'm just going to assume that this was like some Polish POW in a German camp, but there's this Waffen-SS guy, and he's like recording the names of them all down, and he's asking this Polish bloke, "What's your name?" And his name's...
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Sorry.
It's Gregory something or other, and like literally, like even when he's saying Gregory, it sounds like... And it's like, right, and the surname...
Grzegorz. Yeah. Grzegorz.
And he's getting like... He gets his like lieutenant or subordinate, wherever. He's got the telewriter, typewriter, and he just says to him, "Look, mate, can you get him to like, you're better than words. You write it down." And then he's like, and eventually they just get fed up and it's like, "Look, you write your name down."
Yeah, I remember that. It's Grzegorz.
Go straight on.
Grzegorz.
And it's Grzegorz. Is it?
Guys,
I can't remember the name. It began with a B. I don't remember what it was.
It was a CZYXQPIOUTWZJ or something. But chat, if you're curious, you want to see this clip for yourself. It's like German guard tries to record Gregory's Polish name, or German guard Polish POW, and it's pretty much a meme right now. But it's just like, seriously, I don't... This is the thing, like, these... never mind, like, people not part of Europe. I mean, how can you understand the Polish? They're on the, like... And here's the other thing, right? All Slavs can more or less understand, like a Czech can understand a Pole and it can understand a Slovenian. They can all, like, more or less...
Well... No, it's like Slovakian. See, Slovakian and Czech are more mutually intelligible.
What, Czechoslovak? That makes sense because
that's they're more mutually intelligible. But there's a lot of like Czech and Polish do have a lot of similarities. Like, say you can say "Dzień dobry" in Polish, which is hello, good day. Whereas in Czech it would be "Dobry dzień." So like. So it's like a lot of things different. Sometimes you might have the
okay.
same
So the grammar's a bit
meanings, like, and they also have different a different alphabet in Czech and Slovak.
Like for example, with the French, they put like the subject and the conjugations in the reverse order to what we would do. So like, if I was saying today I went to Oxford. Aujourd'hui, j'étais allé à Oxford. Today, I go to the Oxford. Or to Oxford I will go. Like, they can do the past... No, not past historical. That's only using biblical text. It's very formal. But anyway, the fact is, like... if you actually get over the language bit of the barrier, you can still get all the grammar mixed up, but like if you get the words and the subject right, the French will understand. You're just like, oh yeah, he's English. It's like their grammar's all mixed up to ours. But like with the Slavs, I am told like the Russians, they can't understand the Slavs because their language is quite dissimilar to them. Even though, like, Russia is called a Slavic country, and apparently there's some debate amongst the other Slavs, like, actually, no, Russia's not. It's probably better to say it's a Finno-Ugaric, or Ugric, yeah. You know, it's
definitely Russian and, let's say, like, sorry to interrupt, Russian and Polish are definitely not mutually intelligible. I mean, there's, like, a few words that are the same. I think they have the same words for, like, bread, like, pleb. And they both say Zdrowie, which is cheers, but like, well, that literally means in Polish it means for health.
Oh,
Zdrowie. Zdrowie is health. So I don't know.
I'm not sure in Russian is it Nostrovie or
Nostrovie. Yeah, they say the same. I don't know.
Okay, so it's not too dissimilar then, but like. Alphabet Cat, he got it right in the chat. He just says, yeah, I mean, in English we'd say a hot chocolate, whereas in the French they'd say chocolat chaud, so they'd say a chocolate hot. And there's many such cases, but I can't actually think of it any right now. And funny enough, I was talking with my dad, and he was saying, like, the best church service he ever got was in that little village in the south of France where he met my mum, and he says... They're Catholic down there, but it was a really stripped down one, and you say it's like what a proper Oh, I'm speeding. What's the speed limit then? 70. Okay, I'm doing 70 now. Yeah, and he says it's like what a proper Protestant service should be. It was very simple. It was the basics of Jesus and salvation, and he says considering what the people of that rural village are like, that's all the sermon they'd actually want. You don't want to go too arty-farty with it. If you know, it's like if they want that sort of thing, they'll go into town. They go to the cathedral. So and he said that was the best church service he ever had. And he was talking with the priest, and he says that French you'll use. And he says. Because Jésus vous aller à Galilee, and it's called the past historical, and it's unique to. It means things what have happened in the past, but a long time ago, and because I've never heard the il vous, Jésus vous aller au Galilee. I've never heard. Because, like, if I was to say Jesus went to Galilee, I'd say Jésus a allé à Galilee. Jesus had gone to Galilee, but there's, and I said I've never in my life ever heard anybody using the word vous, and he said you won't unless it's in like their equivalent of Shakespearean French, which like not even Honoré de Balzac did that. I love that one of the most prominent French philosophers is called Honoré de Balzac. And I know it's not really that, but well, whatever. But the fact is that it's only in like their equivalent of the King James Bible do they use this tense, and otherwise they just don't use it. But it's part of French, and it's like you'll actually like if there's like a letter, like a formal letter being written, like from a lawyer about someone's will, they'll use that tense as well. But it's one of those things that it will never, and it probably won't even come unless you're doing like degree level French. It'll probably not even come up on an exam. because I've done some, like, I got curious and I thought, alright, it's called the Cambridge Language Rating thing.
Please mind the speed limit.
And so I did it. That never once came up in any of the reading case examples, and I would have noticed if they did that. For reference, chat, my initial Cambridge score is a B2 grade, and that's equivalent to like the highest high school teaching. And I like to think probably my French is a bit better than that, but according to the official reading and listening assessments, my understanding is of a high schooler's. So it's not bad considering I've never had any formal French education, and I had to teach myself how to read and write.
Did you?
Yeah. Never went to school in France or Belgium, despite how long I lived there. And
Gosh.
yeah, it was, and then like the reading was like Tintin and Asterix and Obelix, and I was looking at the pictures, but then eventually figured like, hey, I think I know what that word's, and then I'd start reading the words out, and it's like, oh yeah, I know what they're saying there, and then occasionally I like go to my aunts, uncles, and cousins, and like say,
Go straight on.
yeah, this big word here, I can't pronounce it. And then they do that thing, where they do with the kids, where they break it down into the syllables, and then you go, oh yeah, that word, okay. Yeah, so, and then occasionally I write text messages to my cousins, and usually what happens is, like, after a while, is they'll respond to me in English, and I I can read French, I know my writing's crap, but I'm going to respond to you in English, and then, oh shit, okay. This is why you shouldn't overtake on these sort of roads. Okay. Oh dear. Phonetics, Alphabet Cat said, yeah, I was like, when you spell out the syllables, that's the phonetics. Yeah, but the words aren't always spelt phonetically, Alphabet Cat. That's the thing. That's why you've got to read out each syllable and then go, why is there's these letters here which you don't pronounce? And it's like, well, you could say the same of English. Like, the word thorough. It's got all the T-H-O-U-G-H-U's in it, and... Hello?
Hey, Hemi.
Hello.
Is he to turn his microphone off and on again before it starts working, is that...
No, I hadn't turned voice meter on.
Oh, yeah, you got to turn it off and on again.
No, I'm fucking... JD, I'm going to do Thursdays from now, and I'm going to do alternate JDLE and thingy, because I've joined. I'm Dopey Chris's co-host. It's me, Dopey Chris, and Liam Dunny.
Oh yeah, you say? Oh, did you tell him that you've met that foreign cunt? I heard
you should come in. The VCs are fucking lit. Toppy's been absolutely going off his tree. He's gone now, but well, you were in there, weren't you, Flossie? He was fucking doing his nuts.
Yesterday,
He'd fucking lost it.
Well, it's because they called him Whippy Dick.
That's not
Whippy Dick, constant walnut whip pictures, and he was we pushed him into absolutely losing the plot, and he fucking lost it.
A mental image I do not need to have, as I said. But good news, Hemi, I've passed my ting. I passed my ting.
Oh, nice.
Wagwam.
Passed your ting and ting.
Passed my ting and ting. So there was 3 modules, and some questions didn't even come up on my syllabus, which I thought was very interesting. But yeah, so the first test was theory, much like car theory, but a couple of questions about lorries chucked in for good measure.
Nice.
96 out of 100 answered correctly, and second one was the certificate of professional competency. That was 48 out of 50 questions, right? How's a perception? I got 88%. So very, very, very pleased.
As long as you pass, that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's true. But I would say not that you get any awards for distinction, but I'm pretty much saying I'm passed with distinction. Yeah, so I'm Billy Big Bollocks. Oh! I'm going to go into the soft verge. That's not. I've been drinking, by the way, Hemi.
Are you live now?
Yeah. I just thought, well, there's no JGLE tonight. Well, it's more.
Yes, I do. I do. Dopey Chris isn't the show now, Donny, on a Monday from his D Live.
Oh, no shit.
It's all about the fucking PA wars ramped up, mate. Dopey Chris's show had about 3 times the viewers of College show on fucking Monday.
Quite interesting listening to that Rummy explaining, like, you know, he just wanted to have a good time, but then it was like the prefects there were just like
prefects, as he called
They wouldn't let him talk to people, I guess.
Yeah, and it was just like, and then Mark Collett is quite backstabby, like, you know, you talk to his face and he's like, yeah, that's fine, there's no problem, and then and then afterwards you find like, no, it's actually Mark Collett himself that's been removing you from these groups and revoke your admin status and then claims no knowledge. It's just like a bit like Top Cat then. I could just imagine why those two get on. But I was saying, like, Top Cat's like are spastic, but the thing is, you should never meet your internet lolcow because like there's this podcast called The Hate Bus, and they've got their lolcow on it. It's called Goth Metal Maniac, and that's his YouTube channel, and he's a fat retard. And people on the show have said, hey, why don't you like say stuff to him and wind him up and, you know, get him to react? And it's like, no, you should never meet your retards. Don't let them know they're getting an audience, otherwise they'll start playing up to it. And
if anyone's on Telegram, we're pretty much in Brit chat all the time now.
So
Brit Talk. I'll throw out some links so everyone can join it.
You can go there right now, but I suggest you don't.
Yeah, I'll do the Hobbit thing. Go over there now. Go and talk over there, and not watch this like you used to do with the Sun Grub and Glory Hobbit. Wait, halfway through. Go and watch this video now.
That's all right. We can wait. No, you see, the idea behind that was like I was getting hungry, and I just thought, hey, what if we all had an intermission? Just said like, fuck off and watch this cartoon for 5 minutes. But. Funny enough, I was watching some of Kaber's.
I was speaking to Dragon Energy earlier. He's just bought what's he call it, an acid box or something?
Oh, I'm really good with the drink driving. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
He wants to. He said you can go over to his house if you want. He said he's not that far away.
Oh, okay. Well, is he on Terroristgram as well? I might send him a message.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm on the 14 and the journey. I'll get it sorted when I'm sober, mate. I can't.
Oh, you fucker!
You just noticed.
We'll get around to it.
Just put that anywhere. To be fair, that's not your fault. He was parked in the middle of the fucking road, the dopey cunt.
Yeah. I'm pulling over to the lay-by now, so let's see if he goes and comes up to my cab.
It's a copy of a Korg 30. He said it's a copy of a Korg 303.
Oh, well, there's a 303 drum machine, so...
that's something like that. He said it's got lots of knobs on it, and it's got a couple of keys on it, but it's mostly twiddling knobs.
Yeah, it's a drum machine. So there's like the 303 drum machine.
It didn't sound like a drum machine. It was like...
hang on.
What?
I'm confusing it with the TR-808. That's what I'm getting it mixed up with. Oh, there's...
Yeah, it's the 303. I don't know. He said it's called it. He's bought a fucking yellow one with a smiley face on it. It's like an acid hard house. I
was going to say that like acid house, the 303 and the 808 very popular in both the you could sequence your music.
Yeah, he said he wants to make some music with you. He's been doing music for 20 years. I can't remember the name of that podcast, but he said he did some bloke's music for him.
Well, I mean, like they said in the channel, it's like you know, if you went out drinking with him, you probably wouldn't survive, but you'd never get home. But yeah, he's a great guy, and like I enjoyed chatting with. Is this the exit? Have I gone on to I don't know where I'm going actually. But yeah, I've had a bit to drink. So yeah, this. What, do I go here? I think I go here. Yeah, and yeah, no, that's cool. I'm really pleased. Your total weight is 36 tons. You may proceed. Oh, it's a weight bridge. Excuse me, chat. I do apologise. I have been drinking. So cool. I've not actually seen weigh bridges in this game before. That's an interesting feature. Very, very cool. No, I don't think it's possible in this game to be overloaded. It's not like you're driving. Typically, the sort of lorries which get overloaded is like if you've got an open top 4-axle tipper. It's got a maximum payload of 32 tons, and you get some sand in it, and it's a dry day, but then it starts raining, and so your sand gets heavier. That's when you could be over the legal limit. So yeah, but it's okay. You can actually drive if you're over the legal limit, provided you're actually going to a weighbridge. So if ever the cops pull you over...
I'll tell you what I was talking about the other day. Do you remember the murder of Kim Wall? She was the Swedish journalist that got murdered on that submarine.
On the submarine? Was this a civilian
yeah,
one?
he was like a millionaire. Peter Madsen, he was Danish.
Oh.
She was a reporter. And the submarine ended up sunk to the bottom, and he'd murdered her or something, hadn't he?
I didn't know that happened. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the story is...
Dingo gave you a shout out the other day, Hemi.
Oh, did he? My mate Dingo? Yeah. I couldn't have got... Have I been winding him up, have I?
Suffering.
Well, apparently he thinks everybody's Jews and Feds in the British infighting.
Oh, and you know the most prominent rabbi over in the UK is him from Gray. Heavens to
I fucking love
Murgatroyd.
Dingo. Of all the Lispy queers, Dingo's my favourite one.
What about? I think Milo the Nicholas is far more charismatic than Dingo.
Yeah. So anyway, Gil also had a freak out too. He had a real big freak out about Patriot Front.
Did anybody catch the end of College stream last night? He had a fucking great big rant about us and Chris.
Oh really?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah, he had a big old fucking rant.
Oh, is that on Laura's live?
Yeah, on Laura's D Live. Yeah, he had a big fucking spurg out at the end. Well, I hope your friends find out what a backstabber you are, and you'll backstab each other. What a massive fucking spastic that bloke is.
Cool. The speed limit here is 100, but I'm actually limited by speed to 90, so I can't do it. It's weird. This is a weird thing, right? And I was explaining earlier, like all these terms for lorry driving are French, and all the lorries, like the speed limit for a lorry in the motorway in the UK.
What's Alphabet Cat on about? Chocolate show showed the French word instead of hot chocolate, I think.
We were talking about how earlier on Flossie and I were talking about Slavic languages, and how they get things slightly mixed up, but they still understand each other well enough. And but I was saying, oh yeah, we got the same thing with French and English, like the French, they mix all the words up so they're reversed.
They do it back to front, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. And I couldn't think of any good examples, and an Alphabet Cat suggested that one, and it's like, yeah, you're right. But here's the thing: in the UK, speed limit of a lorry 60 miles an hour. Except unless it's an old one, you'll never find one doing that speed limit, because they're all speed limited to 56 miles an hour, which translates to 90 kilometers an hour, which is what I'm doing right now. And that's because the speed limit for lorries in France is 90, because they were the ones that drafted the lorry regulations. Everyone just said.
Did you not want to know about the dead woman in the submarine?
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know there's more to this story.
Oh yeah. I'll just give you the basic facts.
Don't
so
do
on the 10th
what
of
I've just
August
done,
2017, Swedish freelance journalist Kim Wall boarded the midget submarine UC3 Nautilus in Bucht, Denmark, with the intent of interviewing its owner, Danish entrepreneur Peter Madsen. She was reported missing after the Nautilus failed to return to Refshalun, Copenhagen. Don't ask me to spell this. What's the thing that looks like a zero with an? It looks like an O, but it's got a line through it, like a zero.
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
That Refshalo, anyway, somewhere in fucking Danish land, where they make the bacon. The submarine was found sunken the following morning, and Madsen was arrested upon being rescued from the water. Between 21st of August and 29th of November, the parts of Wool's dismembered body were found in different locations around the area. Charged with her murder, Madsen was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment 25th of April by Copenhagen City Court. Following a widely publicised trial, the case is also known in Denmark as Ubadgassen, translated the submarine case.
So, like, her body was found on land?
No, I think when he says the area, I assume they mean underwater.
Oh, okay.
Because he had his mini submarine thing.
Yeah, because when they're saying the submarine has sunk, I was like, isn't that what a submarine's designed to do, is sink?
Oh, hold on, I've got Discovery of remains. So on the 20 planet. So she disappeared, blah blah blah. So 21st of August 2017, a cyclist found Wool's torso washed up on the beach southwest of Amager. The post-mortem examination found 15 stab wounds, mostly in the groin. On 6th of October, assisted by cadaver dogs provided by the Swedish police, police divers found 2 plastic bags in Coge Bay containing Wool's head, legs, clothes and a knife. 6 days later, a saw was found in the water, and on the 21st and 29th of November, police divers found Wool's arms in the bay. Police probed possible links to other murder cases in Scandinavia, including the unsolved death of 20-year-old Kazuko Toyonaga in Copenhagen, but did not find any connections to any of them.
He buried a body at sea, and yet it's like... you didn't do a very good job of disposing the body, did you? Because
he's got a fucking submarine. Why doesn't he just go out and... or have a submarine with arms on it and just stick it under the fucking thing in the... It's just amateur hour, isn't it? I mean, fancy being a millionaire and doing amateur hour when it comes to getting rid of fucking body parts.
I don't know. I mean, to me it sounds like you'd have had a better job, like putting the corpse in a pig farm or something. But some northern Nazbol, who definitely isn't anybody we know, says his Discord got banned, so you'd have to create another one.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Yeah. He told me the other day.
And I wonder if some northern Nazbol would know if that our mutual friend, what is up north, has if that means his server will be banned as well, because I haven't looked. I
can see his account. I can't.
Well, you can message it, but I mean, if it's banned, it's banned. So.
Yeah.
I think it has. It's disappeared, isn't it?
Hemi, you're gonna love this. Snow White Guilt had a massive meltdown, and there's some golden quotes.
What did he have
what I'm telling you now is stupidity. So all the women out there who want to say, oh, this isn't right, boys being so mean, shut your mouths. And all the women out there with penises who never make it to become a man, shut your mouths as well. The men are talking in the room.
Bitch best recognise.
Yeah.
Does he go on to say that?
Yeah.
I thought they were saying that only Nick Nog said.
There's so much craziness going on, I can't keep track of it all.
Oh, is there an age limit to start HGV driving, Hobbit? Because one of the lads wants to know in the Telegram.
Oh, you probably got to be like 18 or 21, and the thing is,
I would have thought,
realistically the age limit's 25, because before then the insurance is abysmal. As our friend who knows Capstan, he was driving before 25, but the number of jobs he could do was very limited, because they're just like, how old are you? 24, 23 or whatever. It's like, ooh, yeah, the insurance is going to be painful. So there's very few places willing to take him on. But if you're over 25, go for it, because your insurance is less and you'll get all sorts of play. And now's the right time to be doing it as well, because there are 500,000 vacancies in the UK. So it's the opposite of oversubscribed. They're pretty much just like, all right, you go to them and you say, I want you to pay me this much. And if they say no, it's like, all right, good luck finding someone to do the job for you, mate. I'm sure you can enjoy just keeping your lorry stranded over in another country because no one's going to drive it. It really is a buyer's market. So, yeah, if you enjoy driving, and if you'd be interested in doing it for a living, and you don't want to be a bus wanker, then get a Part C instead of Part.
You don't want to be a bus wanker because you end up mentally ill, and you have to threaten people, and then you've got to try and ride over on your BMX, and then it's got a flat and the chains fell off.
2 inches of hate. 2 inches of hate.
And because you can't even paint a wall, you probably can't do a puncture either, or put a chain back on. So.
Well, the worst thing about being a bus driver, I mean, a
bus driver or a bus wanker?
Oh, bus driver, yeah. Is that? I mean, I even got
dealing with people like Toppy.
I got it today when he was like, "You got a mask," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to put this on." And Capstan the other day says, "I can't take you anywhere, Hobbit." I got kicked out of a pub when I was sober because I refused to wear a mask, and he's like. And I said, I'm exempt. He's, you got proof? And I was like, I don't have to show you proof. It's like, all right, I'm not serving you. You can get out. It's like, all right, thanks, bye. And next pub, I did wear a mask. I acquiesced to the peer pressure.
Yeah, I just do it. I've got one of those fucking neck things, like a siege mask type thing.
Oh, the worst thing as well is that...
No, I've got one of... like a siege mask type of thing, except it doesn't have that pattern on it. Those kind of... That's what I wear.
The one
that's what I wear. I've never had any trouble with it. So.
Yeah, and I've got one of those as well. But the thing is, I've got like a proper hijab, because I'm like, alright, if I'm going to be a slave cuck mask sheep, then I'm wearing the hijab. And like Capstan hates it when I wear it. He says, because you look dangerous. And it's like, why do you think I look dangerous wearing hijab? I'm just saying you do. I can't see your... And the thing is, I went into like an official government...
How is Capstan? Is his autism getting any better?
It's definitely there. He's all right. He's fine. He's a very driven lad, and fair play to him.
Yeah, he's in the ambition phase, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's all right when you're in your 20s. That's when you've got your dreams and you seize them and all that, and good for him. So so he said, no, don't wear the hijab, and it's like, oh, well, you're in luck because I've actually got my other mask, the one I can't breathe through. The one I hate wearing. It's like, well, it's only for a couple of yards, and like, it's only for a couple of yards. It's only just show your papers. It's only take your shoes off at the airport. It's just it's the death by 1,000 cuts. And at a certain point, I'm just like, no. And that's why last night it's like, you know what? That's actually the pub I like going to, and I will be going back there again because I haven't been barred. I just got kicked out. And I'm gonna have my yellow daffodil, like Flossie says. She's got a yellow daffodil on the lanyard, and
the yellow sunflower lanyard.
Oh, sorry, I keep calling it a yellow daffodil.
Don't have a daffodil. They'll think you're Welsh. They'll just they'll be going. Are you exempt? And Hobbit will going. Oh, look, I'm Welsh. Being Welsh doesn't make you exempt, Hobbit.
No.
The daffodils for Marie Curie cancer research or cancer care, I think.
Okay, it's interesting you mention that, because the reason I mentioned the yellow daffodil is that was given to conscientious objectors during World War One, and my uncle, my great...
I thought it was the white feather.
White feather, yellow daffodil, yeah.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah, you basically, and then World War II, they also had a yellow star as well. You're wearing your armband, and I actually, I said that to Caps. I was like, do I need to wear a yellow star on my armband?
Can I just stitch a yellow thing on my pajamas?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, get some. I'll wear striped pajamas to the next pub we go to as well, shall I? But yeah,
I absolutely destroyed a Nazi libtard yesterday. I said, so was Hitler anti-Semitic or not?
What?
Then I said to him, I said, well, the Holocaust, do you deny it or not? I said, well, if you deny the Holocaust, then Hitler wasn't anti-Semitic, but if you accept the Holocaust, then he was. So he either killed 66 million Jews and he was anti-Semitic, or he didn't try and kill them at all, which means he wasn't anti-Semitic.
Well, I mean,
I just thought it'd be a fun little thought experiment for the fucking.
okay, yeah, but you could say like, I mean, because the ADL says you don't actually have to murder one of their tribe to be called an anti-Semite. You can mildly criticise them, like you could say, hey, hang on, I think you should stop raping babies. Oh no, the Brit Milah is part of our tradition. It's beautiful. How dare you call it child abuse? I'm just saying, you know what? If you're like your rabbi's got herpes, maybe you shouldn't be sucking the blood of a baby penis. Maybe there's an alternative. Maybe you don't need to cut the foreskin off. And right, okay, I'll just be up against the firing squad for all I've just said now. Because, see, I've not murdered anybody, but that is virulent anti-Semitism. What I've just said in Minecraft. Or Euro Truck Simulator 2.
You guys have missed all the fun on Telegram. We've bullied Charlie Big Potatoes into seeing his family. He won't even talk in the chat anymore. He pretends he's seeing his family. And Top Cat's like gone so far off the reservation. He's gonna have his 2-week break. He's gonna go check himself in for 2 weeks.
I mean, I only went in the chat really to have a go at Top Cat. I probably won't be going in it again because I don't like the idea that everyone can listen in. It does.
There's a GCHQ vibe to it.
Yeah. So
I don't like talking to the police.
I did have to have a go at Toppy because he was just being like the usual disgusting stuff he says about me, and he's pretending that he's only said that because they call him like Whippy Dick, and it's like, dude, you've been doing this for like 2 months now. You've been doing this for like 2 months, just solidly attacking me. So don't pretend that it's got anything to do with the walnut whip thing. Like, I'm sorry that you now are mean. But actually, no, I'm not.
No, why be sorry?
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm happy you were mean. But I just had to go in there and like just have a go at him because he's just so disgusting, and I just couldn't help myself.
Look, sometimes he does need to be told to shut up, but most of the time you let him do it because he made himself look so fucking bad in that thing. It was just unbelievable. It was just completely irredeemable, the stuff he was saying.
It's very bigoted that you say that Top Cat's disgusting just because he likes to go to the bathhouse and get his anus fisted by strange men whilst imbibing poppers.
He did admit to us that Bart doesn't sleep in the bed, which I thought was a strange turn of phrase.
It's literally love at any size when a strange man has his hand in your anus.
I mean, he basically just said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna die soon," and
how?
Yeah, that's what it was reduced to because he got BTFO'd so fucking badly.
Is that a threat? Is that an imminent threat of danger?
No, you missed the threats. The threats were if anyone goes to his house, because we've all been spreading his address around apparently. If anyone goes to his house. If anyone goes to his house, it's going to be met with deadly force. So get out the Amazon man the next time he fucking goes.
Yeah.
I reckon Toppy is like. I reckon it's like Home Alone in Toppy's house. I reckon he's doing all the roller skate at the top of the stairs and all that shit.
Well, deadly force, I mean, ask Tony Martin about deadly force, but in this country, you're allowed to use reasonable force, but not. I mean, like in the court, that's not going to look very good. And also, can I just say, nothing related to Top Cat, but Thomas Simo. What sort of name is that? Is that Finnish? Is that Swedish? Simo.
Finno-Ugric.
Oh, so you're telling me he's one of those Ugric niggers? Ah.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Is that why he knows so much about Simo Haya, the White Death?
Well, I think the age is different there. I think it might be 12 in some of those little principalities in Russia,
Oh.
I know about Selma Hayek.
I don't... I think Joseph Fritzl wasn't too interested in age of consent laws. But I tell you what, I mean, if you need a carpet,
Joseph Fritzl, the greatest DIYer of an age.
I tell you what,
who's the best DIYer, him or Fred?
Well, this is the thing, right? There's a Twitter account called Fred West Patios, and he needs to team up with Joseph Fritzl Interior Carpentry, because I tell you what, that team, they know what they're doing. If you need
I mean, they can sort out a downstairs space, can't they?
If you've got a cellar or a basement which you want converted into a nice, comfortable, like, second home, then Joseph Fritzl is your man, and Fred West will do the patios for you. No questions asked.
Go straight on.
Yep. But yeah, that's. I mean, myself, I've been legitimately busy the past few weeks, so it's been just keeping my head down, doing test after test after test, and I've done a few hundred like mock tests now, and I've even actually like figured out like, hey, maybe if I put this question into a search engine, I can get relevant information. So like this morning, I was doing some revision, like. All lorries, they've got to have red and yellow markings at the back. I didn't know that, but that explains why. You see that sort of like, they got like the yellow square with the red border on it. That's why they got them.
Yeah.
And if it's got a wide load, which is like where they got the escorts and stuff, they've got to have a white and red triangle markings either side. And I didn't know that either, so... There's two things, and if your load projects from the front or rear more than 2 meters, you got to get police clearance. You give them 2 days' notice, and they'll tell you what route you're allowed to use. And so, yeah, I've well, like I said, I've got 96 out of 100 right, so I know more or less what I'm doing now. I got to say, apart from a few times when I was on the motorway, and I never do this in real life, the same with dual carriageways, I was on the inside lane and I swept over like 3 lanes to get to the exit. Never do that in real life, just accept that you're going to have to go on the next exit. I didn't do that because I'm like, it's a game and I'm drunk and fuck you. So, yeah, I'm just gonna like with my trailer full of diesel, I'm just gonna like block 3 lanes of traffic on the motorway so I can get to the exit. So there was the one question was like, you've encountered and so much of this just thought, hang on, am I training to be a paramedic or a lorry driver? Because so many questions are about first aid, like. You're at the scene of an incident and there's someone with severe burns, and then the multiple choice questions like, well, you douse the burns with cool water, and they say, yeah, you got to douse the burns with cool fresh water. I'm like, well, I mean, I might be carrying like a litre or 2 of water in a day to drink, but like, you know, say it's like coming towards the end of my shift, either I've drunk all that water or there's like hardly anything left. It's like,
if you piss in the bottle, would that be alright?
No, because it's got uric acid in it. That's going to really sting if you piss on somebody with burns. I tell you what, next time, like you burn yourself, and you're like, am I going to douse it in cold water or not? Just try pissing on it and seeing whether it helps or hinders the.
Well, it works for jellyfish.
Well, yeah, but jellyfish isn't a thermal burn, is it? It's like a jellyfish sting is an alkaloid poison, which can be somewhat mitigated with piss. But if you're on the beach and you see the Red Cross guys, they've actually got like white vinegar, and they spray that on you rather than pissing on you. So you'll have to find some other way to indulge in your water sports, Heavy. Sorry to pop your piss bubble there, but just, you know, there's less painful ways you can go about engaging in some water sports. Yes.
Oh, okay. Hemi, that was a great call into PPP, by the way. That was kind of funny.
Oh, fuck it. I was smashed. I was absolutely smashed. I don't remember a bit of it.
Well, the thing is, like, PPP calls you, and then nothing, and then you call him back, and he's like, oh, PPP, hey, we're streaming. Yeah, okay. Andy Warski's here.
The only thing I was gutted about was the fact I didn't sound as drunk as I actually was. That really fucking I think it probably would have gone better if I'd have sounded as drunk as I was.
I would say the worst of it is you sound like a fanboy, because then PPT told you servers there and Warski's there. It's like, oh, hi Warski, yeah, you're pretty cool. How you doing? Yeah, I'm drunk, mate. And he literally said, "Who are you?"
See, if I'd have done a toppy and I was puking and shitting myself, and I was like, buzz, buzz,
I've had 4 calls.
People, PPP would have gone, "Oh yeah, I get it, he's drunk." But the fact was, well, I came on and sounded fairly normal, so there was. He's like, "Yeah, this bloke's being a bellend."
I think he was mad you crashed you thought you DDoSed the stream.
He did say it. I woke up the next day and found a DM and said, "Fuck you, you crashed my stream." Fuck off, you. What is it? Oh no, I'll give you the actual quote from PPP.
Well,
Fuck off, you crushed the stream in capitals. He fucking boomer capped me.
Oh, yeah, but he is boomer tech as well. And but PPP, you called him first. I was there. I saw it. I saw all of it, and I gotta say, I mean, like, you know, I've had like five.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me calling Ronnie a packy for about 3 hours?
Yeah, I didn't know who that was.
Yeah. He's some fucking. He's one of Charlie's fucking henchmen. He's a little fucking spastic. He makes me laugh.
Oh, okay. No, I've had about 5 pints now.
He didn't know how badly he slipped up when he said he lived in fucking Highfields. Highfields is
2
like
hours of the 19-hour extravaganza.
9 hour it was. Fucking
9 hours.
I was fucking hammered. 4 o'clock in the morning, I was calling Ronnie a packy until. Well, anyway, Highfields, where Ronnie's from, is like fucking crackhead Alki City, and it's bordered by fucking Muslim City. So you know he's got. I do suspect that Ronnie is actually a packy. I think he is.
Okay. Well, I can tell you now, I've had about 5 pints today, and the first one I went into the pub, had a pint of Perry, which don't tell Titus. And yeah, I had that, and then I came back home and.
Who's Titus?
Oh, it's a long story.
Okay.
Yeah, and also I definitely didn't admit to being over the drink drive limit just when I've passed my theory test. Yeah, but anyway, I'm definitely over the drink drive limit now, and I had the intermission. I had a bit of dinner and some sausages and potato and a bit of salad, and it was quite nice. We had a bit of our music, and now I've had 5 pints, and I can tell you now. I mean, I am definitely feeling it, definitely. But in terms of my driving, I mean, I haven't crashed into too many people, and it was only when I touched that signal post and nearly went into the verge, but I'd say I was pretty, you know, I thought I was going to be a worse driver, considering how much I had to drink. And also, I've been endorsing drink driving on public as well, Hemi. I said, if somebody's got a gun to your head and they're threatening to kill you...
You know what? I found the best Angela Rayner gif. I'll send it to you, Hobbit.
Okay.
You know Angela Rayner, that ginger bitch from the Labour Party?
Oh, lovely, yeah, wow. But, Hemi, I'm saying now, I'm not going to repeat just so that the bots can hear. Yes, I'm endorsing drink driving. I'm saying that if you've got a gun to your head and he's threatening you with, like, imminent death if you don't get behind the wheel and turn the keys and drive on, that is when drink driving is acceptable and encouraged. You can drink drive if you are in imminent threat of death. See?
Yes.
So drink driving is okay. And, yeah, so kids, I'm saying right now, if you're in a situation where a man has a gun point to you and he's threatening to kill you, he's going to use deadly force on you. He's gonna turn.
But it is something. I was talking to. I'm actually like wonders never cease. But actually, I've been talking to Madfwaz. Madfwaz was talking about the headless people. Have you ever heard of the headless people? Apparently, Alexander the Great ran into them.
Interesting.
The midgets in Afghanistan.
I've heard of the headless horsemen.
Well, he said headless people, specifically headless people.
Wow.
So I'll have to look a bit more, but I'm saying, kids, if like a dangerous...
You're sounding toppy drunk now, Hobbit.
If a dangerous man is threatening
a bit more. If you went really drunk then.
If a dangerous man is threatening to, like, turn your arsehole into a Bart doll, then you are legally permitted to get behind the wheel of a motor vehicle and go as far as you need to be safely away. Even if the police stop you and just say, look, this dangerous man must...
Yeah, but you forgot, Toppy's a bus wanker and his BMX has got a puncher, so he's never going to get anywhere near you.
Ah, yeah, but what I'm saying is that you want to at least be, what, like 5-10 miles down the road before you turn the ignition off and go, yeah, I should probably, like...
Did you see that row with Phil and Charlie the other week, Donny? When Phil gave Charlie his address, and you could see the fucking colour drain.
Oh yeah, I was there for
basically absolutely shit it, didn't he?
Yep. When he put it on there, and then he had to pull it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was part of it as well. Like Charlie, Phil, had that thing where Tom Massimo, Top Cat, was saying that I'm gonna kill you and abduct your child, and I'll take good care of your daughter, and that's traditional.
That's kind of trad.
I know, apparently that's just me lying and making stuff up.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
It's not like
What's his line again?
You see, so Phil gets this, imminent threat that I'm going to abduct and abuse your daughter after killing you. And then, Charlie gets on, it's like, will you disavow what Top Cat has just said? And he says nothing. But then, Phil says something about, you've got kids and, what are you doing?
They're going to marry Berbers.
They're going to marry Berbers, and then, Charlie's like, don't you dare mention my kids. I will, go off to the UK, because there's no extradition between the Spain and stuff. I'll go off to the UK and I will get you. I will get you. And I'm like, if I didn't know any better, I'd say there isn't actually any standards in this. I'd just be like, it's loyalty to your bum chums. That's all it is.
Standard.
It's like...
Toppy's literally wishing me dead and finding
You know why Toppy's gone back to PA, don't you? Because Mark's allowed him back in because he thinks Toppy knows where I live.
Oh, Jesus.
So how long's Toppy going to be in PA then?
Not much longer, by
Till he has a big fucking ruckus. Till he has a big ruckus with Mark and Laura yet again.
What? Until he says to Mark, "I could kill you and abduct your daughter, and I'll take good care of her." What's her name? Sophie. Saying I'm gonna look after you.
Sophie, a good British name.
Oh yeah.
Why are all the cars VW in this?
Oh, I'm in Bulgaria or something. I don't know. No, I'm in. I'm in Bulgaria actually.
Every single car is a VW.
Yeah, it's a bit...
Or are they just lazy programmers?
No, I think it's region specific. You see certain car mixtures in different... when I was in Russia, I saw Ladas, and when I was in France, I saw 2 CVs. So, and when I was in Italy, they did actually have some Fiats, I
think that might be an Audi, that one. Is that an Audi descriptor?
Yeah, so I've got to find somewhere to pull over and have a nap, because my character in the game keeps yawning.
Hey, did you say hey Chris?
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
Yeah?
You're muted.
What?
We've got a guest, Hobbit. We got Dopey Chris as a guest.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because my name's Hobbit. That's right. I just got confused.
How fucking drunk are you? You're fucking Top Cat drunk.
No, well, I've had 5 pints. So that's more than Top Cat drunk.
He's not Top Cat drunk. He's not abusing women. He's not threatening to slap
Would you like to be abused?
Not especially.
Top Cat's like that after 2 lager shandy, 2 shandy basses, isn't he?
Well, I started off today with some Perry, some baby sham to celebrate my victory. I was like, I'm not having a pint of champagne. I'm gonna have some baby sham.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Exit now.
What's up,
Chris? You can do it.
Just go to the mute button and unmute it.
Go into voice settings, input device, your microphone, and press the button to unmute and say, "Hello, can you hear me? My name's Patriotic Chris."
Who loaded him up anyway? Whoever saw that.
I'm just pouring myself a G&T for you, Hobbit.
Oh, very good.
No, Chris hasn't got any rolls. That's why.
Go easy on the.
Try it now, Chris. You should be able to. That's it. That's it. Hey, Chris, how you doing, mate?
Hello. Good evening. Welcome
Can you
to
hear
my...
Hi, Chris.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I
can hear you fine, mate.
loud and clear. Welcome to my drunk driving stream. I'm celebrating today. I've passed my Category C entitlement. I shall watch out, Europe, because I shall be on the road soon, behind 40 tons of steel. Yeah,
Nice.
very nice.
Welcome to the server for anonymous cowards.
Yes.
And simps.
Cowardly simps. I am the official cowardly simp.
simps. Yeah. And none of these people care about me. They're all like top cat. They all wish that I would die.
Yeah, we you can only be here if you're a misogynist. So, if your favourite Greek philosopher is not misogynes, then you gotta get out.
I like the way that Scouser says your name, dude. Just like fucking Krish, mate. It's just like Jesus. You must need like a windshield to talk to that guy.
Charlie.
Salt and vinegar, Chris.
Stream.
There we go.
What's that, mate?
When's Phil doing a stream?
Well, good question.
Said he's going live at 10, I think he said.
Well,
Phil just streams when he streams. He's kind of a
Well, if
wolf.
Phil streams at 10 and I'm still going, can we just put his the audio in here so I can listen to it?
Yeah, listen to about half hour of music before he starts.
Yeah,
some weird fucking song he's picked.
A Luke in a boot.
Well, it's alright if he puts a bit of happy hardcore, and I don't like that ching chong ping pong patriotic music he puts in. That's a bit.
It's a bit weird when he plays that.
Stuff.
He's got such a hard on for Korea. He realised. I told him. I said.
Korea. Not South Korea.
If his penis size is longer than 6.9 centimeters, it will get cut to fit. If he wants to be like a friend of North Korea, the surgeons will correct it.
You're actually woke to the Korea question, aren't you? They're both worst Korea. You've decided now.
Yeah, there is no best Korea. They are both worst Korea. They are just terrible people. There's no ifs or buts about it. You just have to accept that they are. It's a good thing that they're on the other side of the world, because can you imagine if the Koreans were our neighbours? Just not a good time.
Then turn left.
Not a good time. Hey, look at this! I'm in Bucharest. That's in where is Bucharest?
Turn left.
Mania.
Megia. What is it?
Bucharest
Oh,
in
Romania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Budapest is Hungary. That's the one I'm thinking of.
What do you say like they do in the Marvel films? Budapest.
Budapest.
They say it like Charlie would say it, don't they?
Turn left.
Budapest.
Budapest. Like
Budapest.
Budapest.
Yeah, like a pesh.
No lay-bys, no service areas, no hotels. I've crashed into a vehicle, never mind. But yeah. So welcome to the show. There's not much to do really. It was just I thought I'm gonna do a stream and say, yeah,
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, is it something or just on Discord?
Oh right. So what's happening is
driving stream.
Yeah. I'm doing Euro Truck Simulator to the
playing Euro Truck Simulator
on the YouTubes.
If you have a look in Doodling Pad, there's the link for it.
Add a couple of drinks.
Don't say fuck or bugger.
Don't say fuck or bugger or smack the blacks.
I was on a stream before I came in.
Yeah.
Well, you've not said anything, don't worry. Like, you're safer here than you are on Telegram, because them going on Telegram can hear what you're saying anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
you've got so many spies around.
to be fair, I mean, this is a public YouTube stream, so I'm sure Susan would Jicky forward this on to her mates at GCHQ, so, you know. Hello, GCHQ. Welcome to my lorry driving, where I responsibly drive and try to find somewhere to pull over to sleep.
Have you never had
We just talked about food and music.
What's
have
that,
you ever had a
Chris?
bunch of racists come in your? Have you ever had a bunch of racists come in your comment section when you're live? Because that's probably us.
Oh no! Everyone.
No, we haven't been griped. I had 14 words griped once.
Okay. I'm sure we griped you. I'm sure we've done you before.
All of our chats.
14 words on a Thursday got griped once.
Daddy was in here at one point. Yeah.
I think you did a Brutus stream. Great.
That used to be in this Discord server.
Everyone.
So did Barclay.
Oh dear. We've
enough.
had all the famous
They were the days, weren't they?
all the famous hoi polloi have come in here.
Train Adam.
Yeah.
Train Adam. We had Train Adam as well,
Yep,
didn't we?
yep,
Whippy tits.
yep.
Whippy Tits has got his own channel there. Jelly Tits Archery. Chippy Log.
Do you know? I'm just glad that I can have contributed a nickname to the cause. You know.
Another chapter in the saga of our retard.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I gave you a
literally,
Judas Priest T-shirt just for Birmingham. Big fan of British heavy metal.
I don't think
Breaking the
I
law,
don't even
breaking
think
the
I
law.
have any roles.
Breaking the
think
law,
I've
breaking
got,
the
like,
law, breaking the law.
Just a winger T-shirt.
Judas Priest.
Oh,
by the way, Chris, that's Donnie with the dick.
I'm Donnie.
That
I'm
Toppy
the
was so enamoured with.
Oh, don't make him known just by his dick. Come on.
Yeah.
He's more than a dick.
He's more
Have
than
you been exploiting my penis on streams again?
Toppy certainly was never the same again, was he?
Toppy has
Poor Donnie.
jealousy.
Johnny butt
Well,
broke
he-
him, didn't he?
Well, they basically, right, you call a man walnut whip cock and then they spurg about it, then it's basically proof that they do have a walnut whip cock. Like, if he hadn't said anything, if he'd have just ignored that and gone, whatever, like, no one would have found it funny. But, like, because he spurged about it so hard, that's why it's so funny.
Well,
It's like, yeah, okay, you can say I've got no tits. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, correct. Like, it's not a win.
you know
It's not a
what?
win
You know
for you,
what
Toppy.
though? He might be a walnut whip winky, but he's never said no to a blowjob.
Nah, well, that's about, there has to be something there to you know, there has to be something there, right?
He must be scissoring broads then.
Yeah, scissoring them.
Scissor
Like a little-
sisters.
like a-
Hobbit spent all that time. I can't believe Hobbit spent all that time trying to get a blowjob off of Flossie and then turn it down in the
Oh,
end.
fuck off.
I did not proposition. I have not
I
proposition.
don't like blowjobs.
I have not.
Yeah, look, Flossie, I'm gonna give you the best blowjob of your fucking life, Flossie said,
What?
didn't she?
I have not propositioned
Why?
anybody for a for one of them.
He's afraid. He's afraid of blowjobs. He's afraid of them.
Look,
And
it's-
I was just surprised by this. And apparently my surprise
It's become
was
a
an
meme now.
offer- Yeah, my surprise was an offer of a blowjob, which it
It's
wasn't.
it's like, for
No
example.
offense, Hobbit, but
No,
you know.
no, it's fine. I mean, it's
It
like
was. You were like, I'm gonna show you how good they are.
I
Hobbit.
didn't fucking
You were like
say
that,
that.
Flossie.
I never said that.
well.
Right,
Liar.
guys, I'm gonna go. See you later.
All right, see
See you
you,
later.
mate.
Good one, dude.
Yeah. Aye.
God, there must be somewhere I can pull over here. And this looks like a place you can park your lorry.
Oh, it's a caravan wanker. You gotta sleep somewhere then, if you're a bit.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm going to pass out and fall asleep at the wheel. But no, it looks like nowhere actually I can like. Okay.
There you go. There's a parking lot, Abbott.
I know, but there was no prompts for, so I'm just gonna have to straddle both lines and just go on for it and hope I find somewhere. Yeah, and just go over the grass verge. There we go. Never mind.
So
But no, it's just for the chat. If anybody doesn't know and wants a clarification, imagine like sexual congress is like a buffet, and you got like your carrots and you got your potatoes and smoked salmon and all that. And someone says, "Oh, would you like some turnip?" And it's like, "Oh, I don't actually like turnip." It's like, "What do you mean you don't like turnip?" It's like, "Well, I don't want turnip. I mean, you got plenty of other nice things here in the buffet. I feel I'm just not going to bother with the turnip. I'm still going to be full. I'm going to be satisfied. I'm not going to go away saying that was a terrible spread. I certainly enjoyed what was arrayed before me."
Whopper said, Hobbit's pulling over to get a quick blowy.
There's plenty. I'm not going to be vulgar and say what things I do and don't like, but I can just say that there's other things I would rather.
It's like finger in your ass, do you, Hobbit, while you ride the
Oh,
bird?
hell.
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny that, but like I said, I'm not going to go on.
Thumbs up in chat for Hobbit.
If this was a buffet, I'm just like, I'm not gonna have turnip, I'm not gonna have cauliflower. You know, you can have those things, and you can shove your thumb up your arse all you like, but I'm not having a blowjob. It's just, you know, I can die content without having one. I've already had a couple, and I just wasn't impressed. I was like, nah, you know, this is not fun. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No comment. No comment.
Oh shit! Shit! I've
anything.
fallen asleep at the wheel. Oh. Right.
John Turley's back in the 37.
Oh, okay. Right.
IC3 Bumba Clark Coonface.
Oh, IC3 Wagwan. I saw a coon earlier today. Actually, he was asking me about
real life coon.
Yeah. IC3 Coon Bumba Clark.
Real life one.
Yep, it's a good name, and I think he came into the.
My old, where I used to have, we had a blackout in the village. Lucky someone shot him before he got too far.
I think IC3 Coon Bumba Clark came into the VC the other day, and I was like, oh, he is actually an urban. Okay, all right. Well, in that case, fair play to the guy. I mean, he can take a joke, and it's just. You know, when we start singing "Send Them Buggers Back," he knows there's no hard feelings. You'd be better off in Sierra Leone. It'll be nice and sunny there. Or you could go to Jamaica if you want. You know, we conquered all of the world, and you can go to.
Conquered all the chippies. We're never gonna stop.
Pucker pies and Savoy. I've at the fucking lots.
That's all I remember.
Oh god. Oh shit! I've just crashed. Okay, there we go.
Did you hear big news from Jody K's chat earlier? Johnny Citizen's going to be hanging up the mop. He's looking to be on the internet a whole lot less.
I think he's become disillusioned with PA as well, from what I gather.
I think he has.
I'm only 6 kilometres away, and I couldn't find anywhere to park.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm driving this load of diesel from Russia to Bulgaria, and I was trying to find somewhere to lay by, like a pull.
It's not going to get there if you carry on fucking driving like that. What's happened there?
Well, I know. I've got to do it. I can do it. I can get there.
You can do it. You can do it, Hobbit.
It's only 6 kilometres to go, and I'm going to get there. It'll be fine.
I did find out that Rape Cage Architect isn't Tough Cat.
Who is it?
I guess. The man of a million socks.
JMK?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
He's got more socks than a fucking centipede, hasn't he?
Oh god.
You should have seen him earlier in that Jody K stream. I've never seen. He was coming out with socks I'd never seen before. That's how far down the sock ladder it went.
They're always so funny. Like his name in Telegram is Top Cat's Empty Death Threats Enjoyer. He always has just such like topical like funny names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old JMK.
Oh dear.
He's funny.
We've actually cleared out Chris's chat of weird fucking autistic Nazis.
Well,
we had some absolute fucking Were you in there for that spastic last night? The one who was trying to make out that fucking Arab Italy team was fucking white.
Oh, don't start.
Jesus Christ. Donnie, you ever seen an Italian that looks like half of those cunts in that fucking Italy squad?
Where were they from? Were they from like Arabia or Cairo?
Fucking, I don't know. They had some seriously hooked noses. Did you see the state of that goalie? Fucking hell.
Donnie's Ahmed.
I believe they were from the Italian.
So they didn't look like me then. I take it, Hemi.
They were
from.
Donnie's not old med. He's half Irish, isn't he? He's our wonderbread wop, isn't he?
The Italians in the football team were from the Italian city of Mecca and Medina.
They're from the Italian city of Turkroach.
Turkroachistan. Oh,
yeah,
come on. No, common engine. Don't fail on me when I'm trying to reverse.
What do you mean? Is your engine about to die or something?
Well, I did crash and it said damage 40%, so yeah, I fell asleep at the wheel and crashed into a shrub, and it was one of those indestructible shrubs.
Oh yeah, have you seen this? Have you seen this one? Tuller is an Arab and Barkley is a grooming victim. That's another one of his accounts he used.
That is a great. Yeah, there needs to be like next Golden Gun Award and the award for the most amount.
Nonsense to Leeds UK.
Hey, Cola love you.
The award for the most amount of salts goes to JMK. He deserves a Golden Gun 2020. I'm going to nominate him for that.
John Michael Keno.
But I don't know. I think I'm out of the golden guns next year. I don't think I'll be being called up for OBS service after my thing. Why has PPP become such a massive faggot? He'd have loved something like that back in the day when he was a fucking real person.
I don't know. Like PPP recently has just been like doing a whole bunch of gay drama stuff, and
I can't keep track of the
good drama. It's not even good drama like the Chaggart stuff, is it? It's...
Ranbot, Gator, Ranbot, Ralph, Warski. I can't keep track of it.
It's just a TRS simp. He's not even worth fucking talking about.
Well, that's the thing. Like most TRS people don't even like him. It's like he needs to stop being a fucking goofus.
Oh,
He makes everyone look bad because he's such a massive faggot. Aren't you supposed to park in that box, I bet?
Yeah, which I'm just about to do in 10 seconds time, as you'll see. So
They got kicked off of the kill stream for yelling at that transvestite that Ralph had on there, Lady Maga.
Oh no, he had Lady Maga on, did he? Did he try and pull her?
And then Rand was a koala bear, so he was like a talking koala. He had some like face app thing to make him look like a koala, and he was just yelling. He was like, "Get fucking bent, you fucking Trenai!"
Oh, there we go. How's that? Satisfactory. Only 3.8% damage to the trailer. Brilliant.
Keep your golden gun. I just need any evidence so I can get to nail this Mark Collicker to the cross.
Oh, he's going to be on there soon.
doing that himself. I think Mark's doing
there
all
we
the
go,
work
chat.
himself.
There's enough. Thank you for joining my celebrity stream, and this time next month, watch out, I'll be on the road. So yeah, hide your daughters, hide your wives. 40 tons of steel.
Hope that Hobbit's
I said
not
on the
actually
chat to
been drinking.
DOA about the Italian team, this is Alphabet Cat, he said that it was a sear kebabs and one pizza.
Anyway, on that note,
There was one of them literally looked